in my floating through our minds. I no longer want to see anybody and be found. And if it was for me, I'd stay alone in my tree like on I'll never get in out. On I'll never get in out.
What is up, everyone? Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to today's stream. How are we doing today? Oh my gosh, I just hope everything is amazing for you all. I hope you're having a great Sunday. I hope you had a good week. I'm not even gonna lie, my week is getting crazier and crazier with my 9 to 5. So, yeah, I'm feeling a little burnt out, but I love being in this kitchen. So why not? Oh my gosh, Master Split, right? I need to put some hair. I need to be all nice and flowy, all of that. R. Sager, thank you for the subscription. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. Oh my gosh. Thank you, thank you, thank you. 8 months too. So enjoy, no ads, enjoy all of that goodness. Here we go. Got you on the board. So where's your flower? You know what's funny? I didn't mention anything because it's not like me, but I actually had a birthday this week and Top Dog got me flowers, got me some roses. So how about we do this? I'll cut one of my roses. Let me take this off. And there we go. This is as San Francisco as I can get. Little rose in the hair. I mean, my hair is pretty San Francisco with this craziness, with the curls. I'm all nice and flowy. Oh, Clippy, you're from San Francisco. Okay, so am I. I say I am because I was born in Santa Rosa, which is in wine country. So I was born in Santa Rosa. My sister was born in Napa, one of my sisters. My parents ended up living in St. Helena for a bit. Top Dog is actually from Hayward. His family, a huge group of them, live in San Jose. Yeah, San Francisco and Bay Area, man. They are our little, where we're all from. So 100%. Thank you, Top Dog. But yeah, no, San Francisco is a great place. All of it. It is, I don't know how I'm going to capture all that. Let me put this isn't going to stay in my hair, guys. I might have curly hair, but it's not going to stay. Yeah, it's so funny. So growing up, San Francisco growing up versus how it is now is so different. Like, I used to always, when we moved away from San Francisco and I became a teenager, I always was like, that's where I want to go. I want to be there. And I'd take, like, I remember visiting a few of my friends who lived in Oakland. And it was just completely like, it was so nice. And now I'm like, no, I went to San Francisco probably like 8 to 10 years ago for a birthday. And I don't think I've been back since because it was just so different that I was like, oh, it's just not what it used to be anymore. Might have to spam all the knives, all the angry knives. Oh, there you go, Top Dog. There you go. Oh my gosh. WrestleMania. Oh my gosh. Okay, let me write that down, Master Splits. I don't know anything about WrestleMania. What's funny is I've always wanted to go, though. I've always wanted to go. Okay, you said it's next week, so maybe I'll just have to do it next week. Oh, next year. Okay, next year, not next week. Okay, I'm writing it down so I don't forget. I've always wanted to go, but I do know, obviously, if I do that right, can you smell what The Rock is cooking? Beckalorian, what's up? What up, Tanner? How are you? I'm writing this down, by the way, Master. WrestleMania, and I'm just going to write it here in 2025, and then I'll put it to the side so I can put it on my calendar. But yeah, oh my gosh, there were so many recipes for San Francisco. I was like, what am I going to do? And am I going to go more Chinatown? Am I going to go more... I mean, there was just so many. I was like, the Italian food. I did go more Italian. But I was like, the fish. Obviously, the fish. I have to do the fish. So before I even put this on, I'm going to I was looking up some like famous recipes and famous different things. And if you've never been to San Francisco, right, Dungeness crab. I ain't got the funds for that today. I did. Hey, Kay Lozano, welcome. What up, radio? How are you? Yeah, no, I definitely was sitting there, and I mean, we're doing focaccia bread, which there is a famous, and I pinned to the top of chat, guys. I pinned all of the blogs I'm going off of, but there's a famous garlic green onion focaccia bread that gets made, and so I'm gonna make that. And then I'm going to be making, of course, clam chowder. I did buy a bread bowl, so we're gonna put it in a bread bowl. I'm not gonna make one. I would have had to start that yesterday, but I got one, so we're gonna do it then. I don't know how to say this, so y'all make fun of me. I don't know how to say it. Chiapono, basically a stew with mussels, clams, all the goodies. Does it say claim? Oh my God, I did it. Claim chowder. Hold on, we're gonna fix this. I can't believe I put claim. I did that when we went shopping for it yesterday too. Oops, that changed the view. Hold on, guys. We're gonna fix it. I'm fixing it right now. Oop, 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 oop. Oh my gosh, I cannot. I did that shopping. Even Top Dog, when I went shopping yesterday, he's like, claim? And he's like, what do you need that? And I was just like, oh, oops. Okay. Did it go live? Yes. Okay, fixed. Chapini, right? Oh, I'm glad you're doing good, Kay Lozano. Tired but good radio. I am in the same boat. I was telling everyone kind of right in the beginning, I am a little bit, my 9-to-5 job, I'm a little burnt out, but again, love being in this kitchen. So for me, this is like vacation. Chapini, okay. Actually, we would all like to claim a chowder today, right, Master? I think that's perfect. Oh, and then dessert. We're making apple fritters. They are a big deal. I have never made an apple fritter. I love them. Whenever I went to San Francisco, donuts are a thing there. There's a lot of things. You know, I was trying to think like, what kind of dessert can I do? But I was like, you know what? I'm doing apple fritters. I want to learn how to make them. And I actually want to learn how to make them so I can make like blueberry fritters and huckleberry fritters because I've never made them. So I'm like, let's make apple fritters. But donuts to me are like San Francisco. Like whenever I think of San Francisco and desserts, it's always donuts. Like that is just what was big in my household. So I am used to a lot of donuts in San Francisco. But yeah, we're making all the San Francisco treats. No rice-a-roni, Top Dog. Sorry, not sorry. I cannot stand rice-a-roni. So I didn't buy a box of it. Maybe I should. If he really wants me to make it, he can go to the grocery store and go pick it all up, and I'll make him rice-a-roni. That lovely San Francisco treat, but not today. No rice-a-roni today. We got the chowder, the bread, the stew, and the fritters, right? Gotta have the clam chowder, I think, for sure. And it's so funny, I kind of laugh because today is, I think we might be hitting 100 today here in Vegas, so soup weather, right? We got a stew, we got a soup, all nice warm things to warm yourself up. I could care less though, it's freezing in this house. Top Dog keeps it really cold, so I'm happy. I am happy, and we got so much food. Okay, I will tell you the recipes. Like I said, they're pinned to the top. And I'm going to be doing a half of the chapini, the fisherman stew. I'm going to be doing a half of that. So I got everything I needed, but I cut it in half because, again, it's just Top Dog and me. So I don't need a giant fish stew but I'm making the full clam chowder. So that's a lot of things right there. Apple fritters, I'll be doing the full amount, and then the focaccia I'll be doing. The only difference is the focaccia, they wanted me to start that yesterday. I'm not. Focaccia, again, I've made focaccia before, and I don't feel like you have to make everything a day before for focaccia. Woo, that's a mouthful. But I will start that first, and we'll bake it last. So it doesn't take long to bake. And this recipe actually has it at a 550. degrees, which is really wild. I've never had to cook it that high, so we're gonna let it cook that high. But I've got one of the ovens at 4.5 hours, and then I've got one, or 4.5 hours, oh my gosh, 400 degrees, and then the other one at 550. Whew. I guess we should get started. I guess aprons on. Let's get this going. And of course, as always, we're gonna start the focaccia. Focaccia. I love focaccia bread, by the way. So, okay, for my birthday, Top Dog took me to Bedford, which is Martha Stewart's restaurant. It's one I wanted to go to. And I will say, being in Vegas, it's probably one of the best things about living out here is every type of food and restaurant and chef, everybody is out here. So I get a plethora of foods, but I really wanted to go to Martha Stewart's restaurant. Her bread basket was like what I was looking forward to. You'll have to look it up online. It's psychotic looking, and it does taste as good as it looks. Like, there were two types of bread, or no, three. There were three types of bread. A dinner like roll that was just, Top Dog isn't the biggest bread person, and he was like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna eat all of that. Then she did like a cherry tart rosemary focaccia, so good. And then she does these giant crackers with like jalapenos, zucchinis, like very thin on there. And oh my gosh, the bread basket, I brought it home and like ate it throughout the week with like my breakfast, like with eggs. It was so good. But focaccia bread, Top Dog didn't try the one at the restaurant because he doesn't want like fruit and stuff in his bread. But this one, because it's gonna be like garlic and green onions, I know he's gonna like focaccia. And if you don't know what it is, it's very thin, covered in olive oil, and it's crispy. It's got like the best crispy shell and then a nice spongy center, which is what we like. And it's only like an inch or so big. It's not that big of a bread. Okay. Let's start with, of course, the yeast. Let's grab everything we need. So, yeast, as always, we need the yeast. I tried to pre-grab stuff, and I didn't do that today, guys. So I'm right behind you at the pantry, grabbing my stuff. I need to get a container for my yeast, not just a bag, but we work with what we got, right? Okay, now I'm gonna grab the flour. This recipe didn't call for bread flour, it just calls for an all-purpose. So we'll just do an all-purpose white flour. And then the dough is gonna be olive oil, which I'm just gonna use this big guy instead of my small one, because I know we're gonna need a lot. And then, let's see here. More flour, yeast, warm water, white wine. White wine. All right. Hopefully this is enough. If not, I do have more. And then we're gonna do green onions, olive oils, and some salt. But first is letting everything stand. This recipe is in like one giant paragraph, so I might have to reread it out loud a few times just to make sure I didn't mess anything up. All right, let's get our bowls out, our measuring cups. But how is everyone else's weekend and week? How is everyone's week? How's everyone doing? Golden Gate Bridge is so beautiful. It is. That's really pretty. And did you know they'll paint it, and by the time they finish painting it, they have to start over again? Fun fact. That's how big it is. And the other place I love going to, I'm a big kind of history and seeing, I don't know if history is the right word, but Alcatraz. I love going to Alcatraz and taking all the tours of Alcatraz, all of that. So I'm a big like Alcatraz person as well. And so you get a great view of the Golden Gate from there. Okay, so I'm gonna do my yeast. Let me see here. We're gonna do my yeast in this, which is really interesting. I've never had yeast that, and I'm just trying to heat my water up for this. I'm trying to heat my water up, the yeast, and then they want me to put flour with it, which is really interesting. I've never pre-mixed some flour in with the yeast mixture. We had a Sicilian bakery that had the best, oh, I bet that was so good, Jedi. Why do they have to paint it again? So it goes so fast because of the weather that it's already dulled in the painting. So they have to paint it again to start it all over again. Basically, by the time they finish painting it, the start of it is already dull and doesn't look as bright red as they want it to. So they have to start again. So there's always painters on the Golden Gate Bridge. Is it 2.5 teaspoons, not tablespoons? Woo! Almost messed that up. Yeah, I love focaccia bread. This week was the first time, honestly, that I ever had a sweet one. I've always only had savory. So it's crazy. Like I was actually pleasantly surprised. It makes me want to try to make a sweet focaccia. And like instead of like flaky sea salt on top, they put flaky like sugar, like coarse sugar basically. It was really good. I was just kind of surprised by how much I liked it. Job security, right? Seriously. Talk about whoever gets the contract for that. That's like, I remember growing up in Denver, and the people after big storms, the Capitol was painted with like real gold on the outside. And so after big storms, people would go to the Capitol because they would go and see if they could find some of the gold flakes that came off. So it was always funny. I think obviously they have it fixed now, but yeah, it was gold and people would go down. I see the Golden Gate and I want it painted red. My mom actually just went to the Rolling Stones concert. It's her favorite band, and I grew up listening to that. And of course I asked her, I was like, they played Paint It Black, right? And she was like, yes, they did. Okay. Yep, water's warm. We're gonna put this in. Roxy, you're gonna have to wait. Sorry, guys. Again, my dogs, they ring bells when they have to use the restroom, and she is a ringing the bells. She's just gonna have to wait. She just went outside, too, right before stream. All right, so I'm just mixing this all up. We're gonna let it set aside for a little bit so that it gets all nice and foamed. Foamy, foamy. We all know by now all the lovely foam I need for the focaccia. I just love saying that word. I don't even know if I have a good pan to cook this in, but I'll figure it out. I could do a Pyrex, one like my biggest Pyrex. It might be a little thick, but I think I can do that. I don't see a problem with it. Okay, I'm gonna set that aside. Let that be. Now, let me see here. All right. So once that's done, I'm kind of seeing everything at once. Make the dough. Just make the dough. And then, okay, we're going to make the dough, and then we'll add our lovely foamy yeast. And we're going to let it rise for about an hour and a half. Okay, easy. So let's get a half cup of water for the dough ready. I'm going to kind of just like pre-measure all this out. And then a third cup of the wine, which I'm going to add in with this water. So that would make it about there. Ooh, a little short. Okay, let me go get another little thing of wine here. I know we're going to have to use a few little things of wine. So let me, where's my extra wine? There it is. Okay. Here we go. Okay. All right, got the wine, got the water. Now we're gonna need, let's see here. Olive oil, a 1/3 cup of that. So we'll wait because I'll just measure that in the same. I'm not gonna get something else extra done up. And then 2 3/4 cups of flour. We're gonna bring the big bowl because I'm just gonna mix it all in here. Okay, 2 3/4. All right. So I got to tell you guys, I ended up having a really, for Mother's Day here in the U.S. was last Sunday, so it was a week ago. And we ended up going out to this really, really yummy restaurant. And I had never had this before, but it was a lobster sauce ravioli, but the raviolis were filled with sweet corn and ricotta. And oh my gosh, it tasted so good. I had never had anything like that. And I mean, it was just, I got to now figure out how to make it, like the filling. It was so good. And then like the sweetness with the filling, and yet the yumminess of the lobster and the buttery, like goodness of the lobster sauce. Oh, so good. I was actually quite shocked. Like, I gotta say, for meals, it was probably one of the best meals I had had in a while, like out. It was so good. And then they had, for an appetizer, we did a burrata cheese with these crackers and fig jam. And I was on cloud 9. I was like, this is so, so good. Okay. I'm not going to cut any green onions until we're ready. All right, so it looks like, oh, and then we'll just do the sea salt now too. Get that in with the flour, and then we'll move on to the next. But yeah, it was such a good meal, and I was so happy. My mom ended up getting kind of a mussel seafood stew thing that was with some pasta. I forgot what Top Dog ended up getting, but so good. There were so many yummy things about it. So I was happy. Anytime I have a good meal, I'm a happy camper. I'm a happy camper. Oh, Master, I live in Vegas. What water you think I'm pulling those out of? Well, I think we're gonna go on to, I want to see probably the clam chowder, because that's gotta stew itself up. Like, I'm not doing anything, by the way, in a great amount of time. So let's see here. For the stew, I want to see here. Those are with the chopped clams. I will say prep time's 45 minutes, cook time's an hour. Okay, I think we're going to do the fisherman stew first. I think that's going to be the best thing to do first, which means we're bringing out the clams. We're going to bring out the clams. Okay, this one takes quite a bit now. So we got olive oil. So I need to grab shallots and garlic, which I believe I have over here. Okay. And they said about 3, but again, I'm cutting this in half. This recipe, again, pinned to the top of chat, but I'm cutting it in half because there's only 2 of us. Okay, that is not for that. Okay. All right, okay. I gotta try to figure everything out. Garlic, then I got the white wine, which I put, where did I put my white wine? Oh, over here. Okay, so I got the white wine, the olive oil, all that. Oh, clam juice. Got my clam juice. And then crushed tomatoes. So I didn't get crushed tomatoes, but I have canned tomatoes, and I figure I'll crush them myself. Because I didn't want to, I buy big in bulk with things that I know I use on like a monthly basis. So I always buy like canned diced tomatoes. So yeah, I just was like, yeah, I can punch these down and crush them myself. Okay, and then sugar. Sugar. Let's grab some white sugar here. I just want to have everything ready for me to grab. And then salt. Did I put it back? Yeah, of course I did. All right, I got some salt, some salty salt, red pepper, dried oregano. Oh, we went on a search for fresh oregano. So yesterday one of my favorite things I love to eat is I make a chimichurri burger. So just a regular burger patty, just salt and pepper, cook it, and then I put a chimichurri sauce on top with tons of feta. It's like one of my favorite burgers that I make, and it's so good. Nobody had oregano though. That's one of the things I put in it is oregano, and finally it was like the third place was like, yeah, we have some oregano. I couldn't believe it. I was like, finally. Okay, let's get that fresh thyme. And while I'm here, I'm gonna grab all the lovely, lovely seafoods. So let me grab our thyme. Where are you, thyme? Here we go. Okay, grab the thyme. Okay, and here's some of our seafood. This is gonna be a fun one. Okay, so I got the thyme. So for seafood they wanted some fresh fillets, such as a halibut cod salmon. So I got some salmon. Again, Vegas, guys, it's all frozen. Even if it's at the butcher, everything's frozen. So I just bought some. So let me just open this up. They're all pre-done. Oh, these are good looking salmons. Look at how pretty. Salmon's like my favorite fish to eat, so I'm not mad about this. All right. Then the next thing that they also wanted, I think, was some shrimp. So again, this is why I have it in my fridge in like a container, is because everything meat-wise, if it leaks, I'm good to go. Let's grab a knife. Hi, Miss Roxy. So got some nice big old shrimp for this. Oh, I know, right? Oh, so good. I'm gonna keep this like this. The bacon will come later. That comes in the chowder. So I'm gonna put that back. And then here are our clams. And we got the little neck clams. I do have to scrub them. So I am going to do a little scrub on these guys. They were pre-scrubbed, the lady said at the butcher shop, but I like to do an extra scrub just in case. Because this stew, you're just throwing them in. But look at these guys. Oh, these are heavy. Look at these lovely clams. We's gonna be eating good. So, yeah. I have no idea. I've actually never cooked with clams, so I do not know. I, in general, like to peel and clean. Yeah, G-Money. And welcome. But yeah, if I can, I try to do it myself and peel it and devein it, which I'll do while we're here. So let me see. This person, the stew we're going with, yeah, they're really big. Uh-huh. I was like, they're like, these are our little clams. I was like, okay. Let's see here. They talked about scrubbing. G-Money, I am cooking focaccia bread, clam chowder. You guys, how do we say it again? What I'm working on right now is, let me scroll up where someone wrote it out for me phonetically. Let me find it. It's basically a fisherman's stew, and then some apple fritters. Everything based off of San Francisco. A little San Francisco treat. Okay. So it says C note, and then there's no note. And everything, by the way, is pinned to the top of chat. You'll see there's a pin for the recipes, this is where I'm getting the recipes from, is the different blogs. This one's from Once Upon a Time in Chef. Okay. Okay. Oh, easy. This is gonna be easy, guys. Almost like a, yes, it's almost like a bouillabaisse. I'm excited. Okay, so you guys know I read this and I've read it and I'm gonna reread it 500 times while we are together. So the first thing was preheat the oven to 400. So the top guy is preheated to 400 and we're gonna put on a baking sheet. So let's just do that. Let's just follow this recipe as is because there's a lot of parts to this one. It's like, first, let me take care of the clams, though. That was what they said you needed to do first. I don't know why she didn't put it in the recipe right away. But basically, cold water, and you just put the clams in and let them sit there. She said for about 20 minutes. Oh, you've never had apple fritters, Tanner? Oh, they're so good. I love apple fritters. I've never made them. I've just eaten them. But I love them. And I've heard there's some really good ones that people will take the apple fritters and do all different kinds of fruit. So they'll do like a blueberry fritter or something else. And this one I'm excited to do because they're using applesauce and then apples as well. And oh, I can't wait. Apple fritters are seriously one of my faves. All right, we're gonna set that shrimpy aside. Let's do this first. Let's get him ready. So in this recipe, there's gonna be some things we cook in the oven and then add to the stew. And there's gonna be other things that cook on the stove. So it's kind of a multi-part here. So we're just gonna, I'm really bad at this. Okay, I think I'd know how to put foil onto something. Okay, all good. We just layer. Okay, set that aside. And that's for, I believe the salmon's gonna go on that, which is perfect. All right, so we're probably gonna start, I'm gonna move my mouse. So we're good. Okay, so we are going to be adding shallot. Yeah, we're gonna start combining things. So we have to add shallots in, and then the garlic. So I'll put those in together because I'll be fine with how I'll cook that. So the shallots and all that go in, followed by the wine. Okay, easy. And then about 3.5 minutes because we're going to reduce it a bit. And focaccia is so popular in San Francisco. It is. Yes. Focaccias are really popular. So San Francisco, and anyone who's from San Francisco, if it has changed, please correct me. But their two main foods are, you got like Chinatown and everything that comes with Chinese food. It's just, oh my gosh, like the best dim sum, the best everything. And then they have an amazing Italian food. Like those are their two big groups. I mean, and Asian food in general. I didn't have a lot of Indian food when I was there, but like Japanese, Korean, Chinese food, like that is so good in San Francisco. And then the Italian food, all the Italian food and anything to do with fish, because they're right there on the bay. So much fish, all of that. So yeah, they just have so much good food. So it's delicious. Delicioso. All right. We're going to start collecting our ingredients here, guys. That way we know we're good to go. And my little yeast over there, we are a bubbling. So what I'm probably going to do is I'm going to collect the ingredients and then we'll go ahead and we'll go back to the focaccia bread. So that way we can get that dough, because once the yeast and the dough come together, we have to let that sit for about 1.5 hours, which is normal for bread. That's why you got to do it first, though. All right. Good? Yeah. Okay. Gonna get this one ready. Are you still there? Yes, I do still go there. Not so much like downtown San Francisco. We have family that live in San Jose area. We still have friends and all of that live in Napa, Napa Valley. And actually some of his really good friends, they actually live in the heart of San Francisco. But a lot of the times if we're going to go see them or if anything like that, we meet kind of outside. But we still go to the Bay Area in general. Probably only to maybe like once a year. I'm trying to think, maybe once every other year. We need to get there more. We just don't because of, I mean, my husband, he gets there more than I do. But it's fun. It's a fun place to be. But yeah, we used to go there all the time. My family was up there. They lived up there, so we used to go a lot more. And then my family all moved to Vegas, where I am. So now I actually don't have any family that lives up there. It's all my husband's family who lives up there now. But Morgan Hill, all of that. Right, we're just gonna cut these. I'm gonna just cry. I might get swimmer's goggles, guys. Me and onions. We are not friends. Okay, I'm done. Remember, oh my gosh. I remember the name. I for sure remember that name. You have some Napa wine too, I guess? Today I don't. But I could definitely get some. One of my sisters, sorry, I'm trying not to cry horribly. One of my sisters actually lived up there during like middle school and high school, and a lot of her friends, their families own wineries. Willie Brown, oh my gosh. That name, oh my gosh. Woo, sorry guys. Woo, tears are real. Yeah, and I lived there like, by the time my family went to Napa and St. Helena, I was older, and I actually didn't go with them. So I ended up staying. So I never grew up in like St. Helena, but I did live in Santa Rosa. Okay. Okay, so you guys know, so the recipe, I'm cutting it in half. It wants 3 garlic. I'm still doing 3 garlic. Supervisor Harvey milk. I don't remember that one. I'm going to have to look this up, Master. I will say I did have some wine this week from Alexander Valley, which I don't really know where that is, but it was delicious. I'm not the biggest wine person at all, but I actually loved it so much. Okay. And it was a red. It was I think it was a cab. I think. I'm not 100% sure. Okay, so we're going to mince this up. And I'm just going to get everything together so we can keep it going. Kind of like I normally do. We're just doing the prep of it. As I cry from onions. Oh, I love the smell of garlic. Honestly, and I can say, like, my mom and stuff, she cooked as well. The smell of garlic, though, my mother-in-law, she is a great cook as well, and her house always is garlic and butter, man, and it's divine. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to stop for a second. We're going to get, if you guys can see, Look at the fluffiness. So if you remember, like I can't even turn it or it's gonna fall out. Like I'll try to make it level. You can see how it's coming out. It was like down to here. So you know what, maybe I'll give it a few more seconds. Yeah, I'm gonna let this rise a little bit more. I think it's pretty good, but Diane Feinstein, oh yes. They were shot by super, oh, yes. I do, Tanner, I do need wine. Unfortunately, I'm using just my basic wine I get at the store. I buy like these little guys for cooking. Like if I'm gonna drink some good wine, it's not gonna be in my stew. It's gonna be in a glass. That's for sure. But that's just how I am. Okay, and then the crushed tomatoes. Okay, a bottle of clam juice. Okay, so we're gonna just do this. I'll crush it when it's in there. I won't crush it beforehand. So I'm just kind of putting everything over here because it's definitely going to be made here. Then the clam doesn't have to be Napa, right? Yeah, I'm definitely not the best when it comes to wines. I'll say that. Like I said, I'm not the biggest wine person, so for me, I like very, very sweet wines and, you know, all of that. So for me, it's kind of, I have 2 red wines I'll drink, and then past that, it's usually like whites or not at all, because again, I love super, super sweet. But my taste buds are changing, as they do every 7 years, but. Okay, so sugar, teaspoon, salt, oregano, thyme. Okay, so we're gonna get that ready in this bowl. Okay, so again, cut in half. So let's grab our sugar and do 1 teaspoon sugar. There we go. Sugar, sugar, sugar. And then we got salt. It's 1 1/4. So I'll just go a little under a teaspoon of salt. Okay. Then we got red pepper flakes. And they want like a half a teaspoon. So I'll do a half of a half, so a 1/4 of a teaspoon for me. And then a half of oregano. Now see, here's the thing is I love oregano. So I'll do a 1/4, but it'll be a good sized 1/4. Okay. And then fresh thyme sprigs. And it wants them in sprigs, which I love because that means I don't have to do any chopping. So 1, 2, 3, and I only need to do like 4. Okay, there we go. So we got our little herbs because that'll all go together. Okay. Oregano, also a state. I love it. Wouldn't that be amazing if that's where it came from? If Oregon made it? Okay, so now let's see here. Okay, so we are gonna bake the fish for 10 minutes, but we are gonna do it while all that's nice and boiling. So let's cut the fish to make sure they're ready, and then get the shrimp also deveined and ready. Okay. So, let's see. Add clams, okay, and then shrimp. Okay, so they want, when the stew's done simmering, that's when we add the clams, and we cook for another 6 minutes until they've mainly opened, and then gently stir in the shrimp, and then bring to a simmer, because shrimp only takes a few minutes. And then they want some chopped thyme as well. That's interesting. Oh, they want us to chop what we pull out. So we're going to put the thyme sprigs in, and when we pull them out, we'll chop them. Okay, I've never seen that before. Okay, and by the way, I read the note. We were wondering about the sand. What I did is, and it's actually working, is the clams are in a backwater. I'll show you on the stove cam. And they said for the next 20 minutes, the clams will push the sand out. So it's in just cold water, and they're gonna slowly push out the sand, which I can tell you is happening because there's actually sand at the bottom of this. So that's kind of cool. So that's good to know. All right, then what's so funny is at the end of this, it's like serve with focaccia bread, which I'm like, look at us knowing what we're doing. All right, let's get the salmon ready. So they want it just cut into basically 1 to 2 inch cubes, which that, I mean, that's simple. And then we're gonna bake it for like 5 minutes, 5 to 10 minutes, and then add it into the stew. Which do I do? Do we leave? This is the hard part. Do you leave skin on? Yeah, I'm gonna leave it on. There we go. Ooh, this is nice and sealed. Oh, beautiful salmon. Salmon, salmon, salmon. And again, they said you could do this with cod. You could do it with anything that is a strong meat that can hold its shape. So you don't want to do like tilapia. Tilapia will just flake and fall apart. So cod, halibut, anything that kind of keeps its shape when you cook it and doesn't flake. The flaky stuff is what you use for like fish sticks and fish and chips and all of that. Okay. Just going to pre-cut this. Ooh, I gotta sharpen my knives again. Okay. Ooh, I really need to sharpen my knives. The fact that it can't get through the skin. Yeeks. Okay. Okay, so I'm just cubing it and I'm putting it on the tin foil. Okay. Yeah, some of these are a little bigger, but that's okay. Come on. Oh, there's a little bone. Oh, I love salmon so much. Okay. These little guys are good. Those will cook up really fast. And then eventually they say we're going to put olive oil on top of these. I'm just pre-cutting this so that we're good to go. All right. So yeah, so see, we got all of our little salmons right here for cooking. So I'll set those aside. Then we're going to go ahead, we're going to get our shrimp ready. So let me grab another bowl here. I ended up cooking with a bunch of bowls last night and they're in the dishwasher, but the dishwasher's dirty right now. So I'm going to be using a lot of just my normal bowls. Okay. Let's get our shrimps out. And again, like I said, I cut the recipe in half, but the shrimp and everything was like, about a pound and a half. So obviously I wanted to go heavier on the fish. I wanted the stew to have a lot more of that protein. So I did a pound of everything. Everything else I'll be cutting in half, but the fish part of it is definitely a pound. So a little over half. All right, get these shrimpies going. Okay, I'm gonna bring this over. And of course this would be when my dog's here, is the shrimp with the shells. I have one dog who is heavily allergic to seafood, so I always have to be careful I don't drop anything. All right, and all I'm doing is I'm taking the shells off right now, and then I'm gonna get a smaller knife, and then that smaller knife will go ahead and devein them. What's heavier, a pound of salmon or a pound of shrimp? That's a good one. I will say, I think you probably, I feel like you get more from the pound of salmon, but that might be because you're paying a lot more for a pound of salmon. Roxy, there's going to be nothing that falls for you. Oh, these are some good sized shrimpies. I will say, when I have to buy for just my normal meals, when I have to buy shrimp, I will buy the pre-cooked shrimp, and it tastes just as good as the other shrimp, because when it cooks down, it gets smaller. So a pound of cooked shrimp versus a pound of uncooked shrimp, you are actually getting less shrimp when it's uncooked, because it gets smaller and the water comes out. So there's a fun fact for you guys. If you cook at home, it's fine. You can buy the pre-cooked shrimp if you want, because you'll probably end up getting more shrimp. I used to have to do at a restaurant I worked at, we'd make like teriyaki bowls and different types of bowls that you could put a protein in. Just gonna throw it in there. And one of the ones obviously you could get was shrimp. And everyone liked the shrimp. So I had to sit and do this for like 2 hours a day. Do you season? I do. I season it depending on what I'm doing. If I make these really yummy shrimp tacos that I season with chili, paprika, cumin, and garlic. And then I've done like a chili and a lime seasoning on it, and I let it sit for maybe 5 to 10 minutes before cooking, and it works just fine. The shrimp tastes amazing. It tastes like exactly what I seasoned it with. And even if I'm like, let's do more of a, like, just shrimp with some butter, still tastes amazing. Oh, 100% the skin could be used as a broth. You could easily, even a broth that you could cook like a risotto in, like, you could easily use this skin. I should have thought about that before throwing it in with everything else. Because that would have been yummy. I could have used it this week. But no, all your skins, lobster skin, like if you eat anything, it's got bone and you want to make your own broths, any skins, bones, anything, you can use it and make it. Seafood skin broth it's so good. Like, if you've ever made it yourself versus having one at the store that's just canned or in a box, when you can make it yourself, it's so good. All right. Yeah, and I like it when I like my seafood broth. I like my fish broth made out of like the shrimp, more of those versus using bones from like an actual fish. I just like the taste more of the shrimp, and I don't get lobster a lot. I get it like once or twice a year, but anything like that, I'm like, yes, please. All right. Okay. We almost be done. Okay. Woo! Got our shrimpies done. Let me just kind of clean this out a little bit, just so I don't clog up my sink. Then I'm going to rinse my hands. And we're going to devein these suckers. I like how they call them devein. It's really taking the poop out. So, I'm going to use, I like to use a paring knife when I do this. So, smaller knife. It just makes it easier. And a paring knife is meant for you to hold the knife and the food in the air, where this is meant to have the food down underneath you. What is a chowder? Is it more a soup or a stew? Ooh, that's a good question. It is kind of in between. I would say it's closer to a stew, though. Okay, I'm going to show you guys up close what this looks like. Okay, so we're going to take the shrimp, and you go like this with it. This guy, right? And then you open him up so you can take out their line of basically intestines. So you just hold it nice and carefully. And I use the tip of the knife to start the grabbing process, and then you just pull it out. So that's how you like devein a shrimp. It is just taking out the line. If you have water turned on, by the way, it does make it a lot easier to do, like deveining the grabbing of it. Like I'll probably just turn the water on while I'm pulling it. Just makes it easier. But that's all you have to do is you just kind of hold the shrimp in its natural curvature, and then you pull out the line. I just call it the intestines line. Oh no, G-Bunny, I've done that too. Yeah, it's the only thing, if you buy pre-cooked, shrimp takes 5 minutes raw, pre-cooked takes like 2 minutes. Because yeah, it's almost just heating them up. But yeah, Tanner, I would say for yours, I honestly, to me, I was like, to me, it's more of a stew because it's heartier and it's a thicker substance. So I would call it a stew, but I know a lot of people call it soup. Okay. Let's get these suckers going. Oh, left a little bit of a shell on this one. Okay, come on. And usually that little line just pulls right out, by the way. So. And if it is in there, it doesn't like cook itself out. So if you're like, oh, I don't want that to be in there, I'll heat it up and it'll be gone. It doesn't work that way. So just realize that. This is us just prepping. Ooh, you guys, our yeast has blown up. It's actually come over the top, so that's fun. And like I said, if you're not on a camera, do this just with like water running, because obviously you can see I get it way faster clean when water is running. Really great. Ooh, I've never had shrimp and spaghetti. I'm gonna have to try that. And the clams, almost like a seafood spaghetti. I have never had that. I am so used to, everyone who does spaghetti here does it ground beef. But I would love to try a seafood spaghetti. Look at this guy. He's got a big one. Okay. All right, 2 more left to devein. So you guys know something I actually really want to try is I got a sous vide machine, and I think my next week, whatever theme I choose, which if you're new here and you didn't know, I pick themes every week. That's how this got picked, was San Francisco. And it's all from you guys. So if you have an idea for a theme, put it in chat. We've done everything from Fast and the Furious to, who else have we done? Bob's Burgers, to 49ers, as in the football team. We've had video games, anime, books, movies, other chefs, like famous chefs. I put them in a jar, and at the end of stream, I pull it out. So if you ever have an idea, you guys just tell me, and I'll put it in there. All right, shrimp is done. Now we got to work on our focaccia. So I'm going to jump back to focaccia, and then we'll jump back and start cooking. We'll actually start cooking, because this has to sit for an hour and a half. Look at this bubbly mess. Look at that yumminess. I'm just throwing it in there. I'm actually going to scrape even the top of my microwave where some of this fell out. Because that means we good. So if you're new to bread and you're waiting for your yeast to get foamy and bubbly, that's what it looks like. It like doubles in size and it gets super bubbly. And that's how you know you got everything you needed out of it. Okay. Let's go ahead and set that there. All right. We are just going to fully put everything in here. So this is that water and that wine that we previously did. And then whoop, we're going to add a 1/3 cup of olive oil. Focaccia is known for that olive oil yumminess. We ain't done with the olive oil too. I stream on Sundays. So I used to also do Wednesdays. But I stream on Sundays at 2:30 Pacific Standard Time. I'm hoping I'll be able to add more days if my schedule permits. My normal 9 to 5 is a little crazy though. But yeah, so welcome. And I try to do a 4-course meal. I try to tell you guys, especially like I want to keep it on the cheaper side so you guys can see. This meal was not cheap. All this seafood and everything, I'm not going to lie guys, this meal I think cost like $94. It was not a cheap. San Francisco ain't cheap. What do you know? Hey. So I am just making the dough. Yeah, that's the easy way, right? I gotta try that though, Tanner. I like the idea of doing it like a seafood. Nice and sticky dough. Okay, and that's focaccia. It's not a dough that's gonna get, you know how like cookie dough, it'll eventually not stick to the side of your pan? It is 100%. It is sticky. Ah, thank you for the follow, G Money. I appreciate it. Thank you. But yeah, I mean, you guys can see my hands. It's a sticky dough and it's meant to be sticky. So we're gonna do that. I'm gonna rinse a little and then we'll finish doing what I need because I think they want me to put it in the pan and rise in the pan. So let's see. Again, pinned to the top is the blogs I'm getting this from. And then let's see here. Transfer the dough. Okay. Yeah, it really does want me. So let me grab a Pyrex. I'm gonna grab a big one. And they want me to olive oil the bottom. So we're gonna olive oil the pan. And this is 11 by 13. So this is good. Woo. They wanted like 2 tablespoons. So if you guys are like, that's a lot of olive oil, that's what makes focaccia yummy, is all the olive oil. Okay, here we go. I'm just gonna pat it down. And it's gonna rise even more. This pan might have been a little too big. We might be getting a little skinny focaccias, but that's fine. I'll take it. Okay. It's like you got a massage focaccia bread. All right. Let's put some soap on my hands. All right. We're gonna let this sit back on the. We're gonna stick it back. Well, let me wash that off because that's a little gnarly with all the dough because we're gonna stick the focaccia back there. That's more oil. That's an oil well, right? It's a lot of oils. Trying to cook everything from scratch. Like I always want to learn. Oh, awesome, G Money. I love it. Yeah, I love cooking things from scratch. I think one day I'm gonna have to do like a sauce day and do like mayonnaise and mustard and all of that to show like your condiments and just everything else, how we can cook from scratch, pesto, even then just like sauces, like spaghetti sauces, white sauces, your staple sauces that you have. Okay, I'm just gonna set this to the side. Hour and a half will go by before we know it. But yeah, you are in the right place. And we have some talented people in this community. I will say that. They will like help me out if I get stuck. We've got some actual chefs. I am not an actual chef, but we have some actual chefs here as well. So definitely ask questions if you got them, because there are people here who are amazing at what they do. Where I just make mistakes and somehow we get food out of it. Okay. Thank you so much for the follow. Is it, okay, I'm sorry, Philomania? Thank you, I appreciate it. Thank you, thank you. You guys, we are getting to goal here. I love it. And I still owe you, don't worry. I'm trying to work on it. I'm thinking it's gonna be June. I know with anyone who's new, we do a, like every 100 followers, we do a different goal. It's in my about section. And I'm going to be making things from Super Mario World. But I need to go there to figure out what they have food-wise. So I'm hopefully going to go in a few weeks. That way I can go, try the food, and then come back and make it. Fingers crossed. So you guys are getting me to my next goal, though, which is Top Dog Cooks. If you don't know, Top Dog, he is my husband. He is also a fellow streamer. He is my moderator. And he comes down and tries almost everything I make. So you guys will definitely see him on stream. And he does not cook. So that's the fun, is hopefully the next time he gets to cook. Thank you, Philomania. All right, here we go. Okay, we're gonna start large pot. I'm gonna go Dutch oven, I think, with this guy. I feel like, because it's a fisherman stew, I feel like you got a Dutch oven. Show a puppy on camera. Okay. Of course you do that right when they run away from me. Let me grab one of the pups. All right. Oh, you woke up. I'll grab you. Okay. All right. I have 2 puppies in my life. This is one of them. This is Stella. I have 2 Frenchies. So this is my Stella. And she is 3 years old. And she is a little princess and loves, loves, loves to nap. I woke her up. Let me go put her back. Good girl, Stella. Yeah, I put you back. There you go. But yeah, I got 2 Frenchies. She's my bigger one. She's 26 pounds, 3 years old. Love my pups. Right, Ice Balls? They're just the cutest. They're just the cutest. All right. Add a 4th cup of olive oil. I don't need a 4th, but we'll put that in. Okay, guys, we are at the Fisherman Stew, our yummy, yummy stew here. So I'm going to move to stove view. Okay, so we're going to heat this up on high. From here, what we are going to do, oops, let me grab something else. We're going to be adding the garlic and shallots. Once this gets nice and hot, we're going to add the garlics and shallots to it, and then we're going to cook them for about 5 minutes or so. Once those are cooked, and I'm heating it up fast so that I get a nice heat, but then I'm going to drop it pretty low because you don't want to burn this. A stew, again, because it's going to sit in there. If you burn your garlic and you burn your onions, that burnt flavor, like nothing leaves this pot. Once it's in there, it's getting cooked and then it's getting plated. So once it's in here, if it's burnt, that burnt flavor stays there. So it's definitely like you want to make sure, again, heat it up fast and then bring it down so that way it cooks, but you get that nice slow cook. Do I ever use garlic infused olive oil? I do have some, yes. I do actually really like it. I've never made any myself, but I want to. I have made a few extracts, like vanilla extracts and things like that, but I'd love to do some infused olive oils. I had one that was a garlic and I think it was a portobello mushroom one, and I loved it. I used it so much. Okay. The other tip, if you are new to working with olive oil is thick, but when it starts running like water, like see, it's almost like, oh, that's not thick, that's just like water. That's when you know your olive oil is ready for cooking. So if I put that in, there's like little bubbles happening around it. So I'm just like, yep, we're hitting that cooking stage. It's gonna sizzle. I'm gonna bring this in. Gonna stir it around. I'm hearing some good sizzling. I'm gonna bring it down below medium. Again, I just wanna cook these nice low and slow so that it like slowly gets the flavor where it needs to be. Oh, it smells so good. I am going to turn the fan on though, just so we don't steam up too hard. I'm going to let that be like that, and I think we'll be pretty good. Right, Master? It's so good. I honestly found mine. I'm not quite sure where you live, G Money, but I have found mine at my local Albertsons, which is like the grocery store near us, and Walmart. Shockingly, Walmart had a good one that I thought was quite delicious. And it was in the cooking section. And they have it in my store, like the olive oils. And then there's like this one little section that had like garlic or had infused olive oils. Roxy, you're going to have to wait. Top Dog, I might need your help. She keeps ringing the bells. Okay, so once those are good to go, we're then going to add our wine into this. So we'll add the wine, and then we're going to boil it until the wine's reduced, about halfway. So I'll see how much we have when we pour it, and then we'll reduce it down. Then once that's done, we're going to add, let's see here, the tomatoes, the clam juice, the sugar, all those herbs we put together, and 1 cup of water, and bring to a boil. So we have the water, my little measuring cup over here. So let me just get our 1 cup, which half cup of water is needed for this. I'm looking at my clams here, guys. There is legit sand. They are spitting out the sand. That is really cool. Okay, I'm happy. That's awesome. Oh, I love it. I didn't know how we were getting the sand out. So I love, love, love. Okay, then once we finish that, once we get the herbs and everything in there, we're going to cover it and literally cook for like 25 minutes. While that's cooking, we're going to be putting the salmon in. And they want me to salt and olive oil that, so we can kind of do that now to get ourselves prepared. Let me stir this just a little more. I want to make sure nothing's burning. We got a good sizzle, but no burn. So I'll show you guys this in a second. Okay, so let's go ahead. I'm just going to salt the fish. And let me grab a glove just so I don't have to wash the olive oil off my hand again. Ooh, ooh. Okay. And what I'm going to do is just take a teeny bit of olive oil. I'm just going to put it in my hand. And then I'll just kind of rub down all of these. Yeah, that's perfect. All right. Everything's nice and shiny. Perfect. Okay. Give them their space to cook. All right. All right, and I'm going to just set this to the side because this will go on that 400 degrees when it tells us, because it wants me to get everything else ready. So if we look here, if we go back to stove view, ooh, this is looking good. I mean, it's garlic, olive oil, and shallots. So right now it smells delicious. I'm loving it. So much yumminess. Okay. So once we get this going, what I'm thinking we'll work on next is probably the clam chowder. Yeah, I'm thinking the clam chowder because the apple fritters, it's kind of like we make the dough, we fry the dough, we glaze the dough, and it's done. The focaccia is, again, we still have like probably a good hour and 10 minutes left of that rising. And so, because I want to see, I want to see what they want. Because we have to put the green onions still on it. And then Sprinkle sea salt. Preheat oven. And okay, so that only takes about 15 minutes, less than 15 minutes to cook and to bake, which is awesome. So I'm excited for that. So yeah, I think next, once we get this going, we're moving on to clam chowder, guys, which is going to be wild. So we're going to have all of our stuff done pretty fast. Okay. I think I'm going to lower this down just a little bit. Our garlic's getting just a teeny bit browned. But we're looking translucent. So let's go ahead. We're going to move on to the next step for this stew, which is going to be adding the wine. So yeah, we've definitely hit the translucent stage for the shallots. That's how you know we're good to go. So we're going to add the wine in. Ooh. And then it says it wants it to a boil. So I made it hot. It's hot in here. So I am waiting for this to die down about 50%. So how much liquid's in there right now? When it reduces, that means it's literally steaming away and off of the bowl. So that way, it reduces the flavoring down and it intensifies. Reducing intensifies the flavor. And all it means is just let it burn off, not burn off, but steam off. Steam off. Okay, then I want to get everything else ready because then it's herbs, water, tomatoes, and clam juice. I'm going to actually, I think I did way too much olive oil in that focaccia bread. I'm going to kind of really quickly take some off. There we go. That's much better. All right. And I just want to make sure nothing sticks. So I'm going to just keep turning it. Turn and burn. Yeah, we're definitely getting there. You can see all the yummy, yummy bubbles. Oh, it smells so good, guys. It smells so, so good. Okay. All right. So after this, that's going to take just a few minutes to do. So our chowder. Let's see. Oh, of course, that one's like in a Dutch oven. I only got one Dutch oven. So this next one gets to be in a stock pot. So we're going to, oh, this is easy. So we are, no joke, putting everything into the stock pot by different, like, variations. So we're putting in first the bacon and cooking it. Then removing the bacon and just putting it aside because we're going to cut it. Then we're going to melt butter, add the garlic, the onion, add in thyme, whisk in flour, milk, vegetable stock, bay leaf, all that stuff. And then reduce heat, bring to a boil with the potatoes, and then stir in our clams. And this one's interesting. They wanted me to buy chopped clams with the juices. It's going to have me add the clam juice in from that can, which I like because I always sometimes don't know what to do with it. So that's going to be our next one. And that one we're going to be putting in a bread bowl. This stew, this lowly fisherman stew, will be in just a regular bowl. We're almost to the 50% mark. Not quite. All right. Oh, this smells so good. Okay, so let me reread again, guys. Reread. All right. So, yes, we added the garlic. We got that. The wine's reducing. And then we're going to add all of our other stuff and then bring to a boil. Okay. We are almost 50% reduced. And again, I just keep stirring mine because I don't want, it's not a lot of liquid, so I don't want my garlic and my onion to be burning at all. Okay, we are definitely at that 50% mark. So I'm going to add in my water first. I want to add my liquids in first just because I don't want to burn all my herbs I'm about to add. And then tomatoes. And then herbs and spices. That's kind of what we put together earlier. All right, and then it said bring to a boil. So I'm gonna leave that alone and let it boil, which again, because I'm doing the half size of this, it's not gonna take very long to bring to a boil. That wasn't a ton of liquid or anything. So I don't think it's gonna take long to bring this to a boil. So we'll check on it in just like a moment or so. Now we'll get ready for our clam chowder. So unfortunately, my bakery didn't have any Italian loaves, guys, or sourdough. So I had to get an Italian loaf of bread, which I'm fine with. But this is gonna be what we put the bread bowls in. And we're obviously doing one souped bread bowl. But I'm excited. Like, who doesn't like a good bread bowl? And I think with clam chowder, I've made it once before and it was like, okay, it's fine, not perfect, but it was fine. So I'm excited to try a different recipe with clam chowder to see if this works better. Let's go ahead. We're gonna get everything started. It's almost boiling. That's how fast that was. So just like what we did with our stew here. What up, J. Ray? How are you? Oh my gosh, how are you doing? We are almost to a boil, guys. So excited. You're all right? Good, good. We are cooking San Francisco seafood today, sir. Okay, so just like the stew, the clam chowder, we're gonna like slowly get everything together. Oh, and I almost forgot, guys, we gotta put our salmon in, our salmon for the stew. So 400 degrees, and I think they said like 5 minutes, like really not a long time. Let me just, no, 10 minutes. They want it in for 10 minutes. Okay. So putting that in, come on. This is a boiling. I'm gonna bring it down to a simmer. Put the lid on, 20 minutes. How did you season the salmon? Just salt and olive oil, that's all they wanted. If I were to do just the salmon on my own, I would do salt, pepper, dill. Dill is amazing. I think it was Master who talked about dill. Maybe even salt, pepper, and some lemon before I put it in to make kind of a lemon one. But they just wanted salt and olive oil. That was it. That was it. Pretty simple. All right, so let's see if I can get all these things together. Garlic and onion together. So I need to do bacon. And they only want 4 slices. I'm fully doing more bacon. I'm not making the bread bowl, but we're making focaccia. At TwitchCon, right? What was it? It was outside. Was it outside? No. Hold on, J. Ray. Let me see. Right, Master? Was it at TwitchCon, J. Ray? I swear it was. Oh my gosh, yes, Sim Trisha. Okay. Oh my gosh, Sim Trisha was the reason I became affiliate because of you guys. It was literally, oh, ads. Okay, well, hold on 1 minute. No, you don't need to worry about that. But oh my gosh, Sim Trisha. Let me get some bacon, guys. 46 seconds. Anybody who's not a subscriber, just so you know, if you're like, what are they talking about? If you're a subscriber, you don't have ads, so you are not seeing it, but everyone else is getting an ad right now. Okay, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, ad should be done. Oh my gosh, thank you, J. Ray. I appreciate it. Thank you. Oh my gosh, so yes, I remember Sim Trisha, you all are the reason I became affiliate. It was literally, I was just a little further away from it, and you all did it for me. So, oh my gosh, I don't like ads. I wish there was a way we could turn them off. It's like you get 2 choices, and that's it. It's never to turn it off. All right, J. Ray, got you. Thank you for the subscription. I appreciate it. But oh my gosh. How is Sim Trisha? How's she doing? Ooh. By the way, guys, yeah, I know it said 4 slices of bacon. I'm doing all of it. I think you could always use more bacon in it. Bacon's even not my favorite thing to eat, but why not have a little bit more bacon in life? She hasn't been streaming. Oh, bummer. Oh, I hope she's okay. I know, like, life is rough. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I was talking with Top Dog before coming on today because my life has been very difficult, like normal 9 to 5, and it's just, oh, RL, yeah, yep. And I was like, I don't know what I'm gonna do. I don't want to stop streaming. I don't want to do this, but I'm exhausted and all this kinds of stuff. Thanks, Top Dog. But yeah, I honestly, I was just like, no. He really was like, well, let's restructure, because it is like life is difficult. And I'm actually reading a book right now about like healthy habits and all that kind of stuff. And it really was talking about how like life is moving faster than we can get. Swearing. Sorry, J. Ray. No, it was it's the BS part. With family friendly, the swearing is the one thing we have. Don't worry, like, he just deletes it. My nieces and nephews, they read these. So that's why I keep it family friendly. I'm going to get this going. But yeah, no, real life, man, I mean, that gets hard. Oh, I can't swear. So, no, it's fine. It's totally fine. You've been warned. But yeah, life's difficult right now. And I am definitely fighting burnout on all like personal and and work related stuff. It's real. It is a real thing. It's how people talk. I'm a weird one then. I actually don't swear. They make fun of me all the time, my friends, because they're like, you sound like you're Southern with how my swear words, but yeah. So Al Pacino won't be allowed. Definitely not. Definitely not. I guess I shouldn't invite them over. I have thought about doing some non-kid friendly ones just in case, and also playing like normal music. And doing all of that stuff, so that way, but I just won't have it save in a VOD, so I've thought about kind of doing something like that, because right now, I just play this, it's called elevator music, and I play that, but like, when I'm done streaming, I'm listening to my music and all that. I sound Southern. I sound Southern, and then I sound very, Californian. Mainly because I grew up most of my life in California. But I definitely get the Southern thing a lot. You know what? I'm just going to dice up these onions real quick and dice up the garlic. I got the bacon cooking behind me, guys, just because the bacon, we're going to render the fat for everything. And then we're pulling it out though, because that'll go on top. So we're just collecting all of our stuff. So I cut that all up, right? This one's not making me cry, guys. I'm actually quite happy. Usually I'm miss tears with onions. So this is a yellow onion. Again, the recipes I'm doing today are pinned to the top of chat. And it just said onion. It didn't tell me what kind. So I picked a white. I think I just said I picked a yellow. I picked a white. Yeah, it's a pretty big one. This isn't even my biggest one either. I have a lot. You're preaching. Yep. Oh, it can be so tiring. Honestly, it's why you guys hear me say it all the time. I truly do love being on stream. I didn't put the bacon in. Because it kind of forces me to do something I love to do. And then talk with people and interact with people in a different level. Oh, J Ray. But yeah, I love it because I'm a manager and I work from home. So Roxy, no, you're fine. You're fine. You just went out. My dogs know how to ring bells when they want to go outside. So sorry, that's who I'm talking to, is one of the dogs. But yeah, I fully, you know, I work from home. My whole life is being in my house basically. And the team that I manage, we're going through a lot of stuff. And so I'm working, you know, like 10-hour days and bringing on new people and saying bye to certain people. And it's a lot. It's a lot. And that's just work. You know, that's not normal life. So that's fine, J Ray. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. I really do. But yeah, we all got to have a good community, right? And give grace. Give grace to one another. That is for sure. I know I have been given grace when I do not deserve it. Ooh. You guys, we got a lot of good smells happening right now. We got salmon in the oven for another 3 seconds. I got garlic and onion right here. We then got the whole stew happening. All right, let me move some stuff. I'm moving here off to the side because I'm just going to take the salmon out and put it over here on some hot plate because we're going to bring it back to add to the stew. But beautiful. Look at this, guy. I'm not even going to show you, but look at that beautiful pink. Love it. Oh, salmon is seriously my favorite. Okay. So we got 10 more minutes left for the stew before we add it. How's the big puppy? Oh my gosh. One of the puppies, the littlest one, I haven't shown her on camera, she loves fish. Loves it. However, the big puppy, the Stella, she is so allergic, but loves the smell of it and wants to eat it. But she, oh, I feel so bad. Like we didn't know she was allergic until she tried it once. And I felt horrible. She got so puffy and her ears were scratching. And I was just like, oh, I felt horrible. It was so bad. I felt bad. Okay, so this is going to come over here. Again, we're just rendering the bacon, getting that cooked up. I'm checking my times here. My focaccia's getting a little bigger. That fake ass tattoo. Oh, no, it's real. Very, very real. I went through a lot of pain. Yep, this sucker's real. And I don't know if I can show you the underside. Yeah. It is so bright. My tattoo artist was very nice. And it is so bright because I'm very pale. I'm basically super white. So I have a lot of tattoos that this is 8 years old. And it is still this bright. And I know what I'm doing on this arm. I know what I'm doing on part of this leg. I have a few more on my back I need to finish. Yeah, I love being tattooed. I actually fall asleep most of the time. So yeah, it's for me, it's like a therapeutic thing. Weirdly enough, but I love it. It's therapy to me. All right. Now we're going with dry time. And it's gonna have us put a half teaspoon in. So again, I'm just getting all my stuff ready and set to the side because it's all gonna happen in this one pot over here. I guess I'm gonna get moderate. Yeah, family friendly. Again, I have very little nieces and nephews. It's all good. Don't worry. You're not like, it's not until, I don't like kick somebody unless they're being super inappropriate. Ooh, this bacon is a cooking. So I'm supposed to cook it till it's crispy, just so you guys know. Okay. And then once it's done, I'm going to get just a plate with some paper towels on it so it can soak up some of the grease. I don't hurt my feelings. Good, good. I'm glad it doesn't hurt your feelings. Okay, so then let's see here. I want to make sure I'm looking at everything right. Add melt in the stock pot, add the garlic, onion. Then we're going to be adding in butter. Okay, 2 tablespoons butter. 2 tablespoons. All right, let's grab the butter. I'm doing this a little backwards today, guys. I'm like building it as things are cooking. So this is normally how I cook when it's just me. All right, 2 tablespoons butter, done. Oh, thank you. Thank you, J-Ray. Actually, I really appreciate that. I seriously, like, I honestly, I do this. When I work, I'll go on Twitch and I can't talk because I'm in meetings, but I like to like go in and just check out how people are doing because it's just as important. Like to me, like if you're just chilling, watching, like why not? You're enjoying your time. No, I haven't seen her come back. I mean, if she has, she hasn't talked. So I will say that. But I mean, like kind of what you were saying, I totally understand for her where she's coming from. 1 cup of milk. Let's get some milks. And then it wanted vegetable stock, but I don't have vegetable stock and I couldn't find it. So we're probably going to do like chicken or beef stock. I'll poke her. Thank you. No, I will never, ever forget her because, she, I mean, I'm not kidding. She is the reason I became affiliate. Was her rating. Ooh, we're looking good. We're starting to get crispified. And this has just a few more minutes left, and then we're going to do that. June 2nd is the anniversary of Queen Elizabeth. Oh, Coronation chicken. I've never even heard about this. Okay, I'm game. I'm going to write that down in 1 second. I don't want to forget. I'm not going to forget. Let me just get my broth here. You know what? We're going to go with a beef because it's right here where I can grab it. And I just need a cup. I love that. I've never even heard of Coronation chicken. Ever. All right. Let me write this down. June 2nd. It's only in a few weeks, actually. Okay. Okay. I'm writing it down. Was the official dish. Okay. Okay, so June 2nd. Queen Elizabeth. I am a person that will admit the royals fascinate me. I like watch all the stuff, all of that. Coronation chicken, fave dishes. I love this. Okay, I'm going to research this. I think it's a great one. I'm literally putting it down. So when we hit that week, I'm not going to pull a theme. All right. Oh my gosh. You have a White Sox game next weekend. Gotta go. All right. We're going to move to stove view, guys. Okay. Here is our stew. Woo! Look at this loveliness. Okay, so it said it wanted me to take out the thyme. So we're going to take out the thyme. I mean, some of it is, oh, there we go. Let's take out all this lovely thyme. Nobody wants to eat a stick. And there's some little pieces that the leaves have fallen off. Obviously, I'll let those go. All right. And then, let's see. Okay, we have butter we're supposed to add to this as well. I totally forgot to cut the butter. So let me see how much butter I needed to add real quick. Let me see real quickly how much butter. Oh, 3 tablespoons. Okay. 1, 2, 3. There we go. Sometimes someone said you sound Southern. So can you try soul food, Tex-Mex, or Cajun? Ooh, I love it. Okay. You know what? Those are 3 different types of food. I'm writing them down. Tex-Mex. Oops. Come on, pens. Oh, of course, my pens don't want to work. Okay. Let's try this. Tex-Mex, Cajun, and what was the other one? Tex-Mex, Cajun, is soul food. Oh, I love soul food. I am a big soul food person. Here we go. We got them all. I don't know if you can see them. Got them all written right there to go in the jar. Okay. There, okay. We're finally hitting some crispies. This is taking a little longer. All right. Here we go. We're melting that butter. Okay, so then for this, let's see. I keep going back. Collard greens. Oh, yeah. Collard greens are actually one of my favorite things to eat. I had them like one time when I was learning to cook, and I was like, oh my gosh, they're amazing. Okay. Right? Ideas for the next 2 years. That's what I love from the community. 100%. Well, and that's kind of what makes it fun for me, too, is like I could sit here and I could cook the things I like to do, but honestly, I love trying completely new, unique foods. Like, there's so many foods I had no idea I loved. Okay, so I did drop it down, the heat on this guy. We're gonna let that butter melt. I'm gonna actually pull my bacon because we got some good bacon bits now. And I'm actually gonna drop his heat down as well until I can get to him. Because we're gonna add the clams to this guy. Ooh, I did so much bacon. This is gonna be yummy. If I don't get all the bacon, I don't care. Like, bacon sitting in the stew a little longer is not gonna hurt anything. Okay. I do know that the next thing was to put this in. Kind of saute the onions and the garlic that we chopped in the bacon. So we're gonna turn that back up to medium. Okay, this guy. All right. Woo, I'm jumping, guys. You swore again. Oh, thank you, Master. I just saw that. Thank you for the follow. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So much love. Stew's serving, we move. All right, we're gonna add clams. Ah! Okay, here we go. We're adding the clams, which they really did spit out sand. It's kind of wild. These are some big boys too. Okay. There we go. There we go. Clams are in. Okay, so then it said bring back up to a boil. Cover for 5 minutes. Okay, ooh, that is so hot. Hold on. Ooh, ooh, cover for 5 minutes. We on the clock. 5 minutes here. It's okay, J. Ray. You are not the only one. 100% trust me. I know how odd it is that's how I do it. Okay. How is our yumminess going here? So I'm going to turn the heat up now that I can kind of focus on this a little bit. So we're getting to the translucent stage. That's what we're trying to do, is get to translucent with our onions. And then once that's done, we add butter and thyme, if I am not mistaken. Okay, cool. So actually, I'm gonna kind of lower this. I need to save us some time here, because I need to finish getting everything back. I need to measure everything. I need to figure out how to do some of this. Okay. Let's see here. Da-da-da-da-da. Add the garlic. We got that. Add the thyme. Okay, so next is gonna be flour and then milk. So let's grab, I'm gonna grab like a few little dishes because I don't need a lot of big ones for this. So 3 tablespoons flour. Okay, I just had to come back. No worries. I'm a very forgiving group here. Okay, so 3 tablespoons flour. So it's making a roux, which if you do equal parts butter and flour, a roux, and it's R-O-U-X, will thicken your sauce. So if you're ever like, my sauce isn't thick enough, if you melt like 3 tablespoons of butter and then put 3 tablespoons of flour in and you let it come together, it'll become a paste, and that paste actually thickens. So if you're like, with everything, how it thickens and how do I get it thicker if you don't want to use a cornstarch or an arrowroot? Exactly, roux. It's like a ruse. All right. And then we had the milk and the stock. I love it. And then we're gonna have clam juice. Now this is fun because the clam juice actually has to come from the cans of clams. That's what it's used for, right? Oh, it's the yummiest. And if you make it too, for anybody who's made it before, if you make it and then you kind of let it sit on your stove a little bit, the browner it is, like the more brown it gets, the more nutty of a flavor. So if you want something to have a bit of a nut kind of flavor, that is what you do. All right, clam juice number 1. And then it's going to do a bay leaf. And I'll let all that sit. And while that sits, it is clams. I'll show it to you in just a second. It's chopped clams. Yeah. Okay, so that also has to come over here. Okay, so let's do this. We got a few more minutes. I'm hoping everything's opening up. Clam juice in a can? Well, it has the chopped cans. What's funny is, they're going crazy. It's actually chopped clams. It's just they want me to use the juice from the can. Because otherwise, oh, I threw it away. It comes in a jar for me, like a little glass jar. All right, let's see here. Now, we're going to open this up. And I am going to, let's see here. Okay, from here now, we're going to add the shrimp. We're going to add back the salmon that we cooked. Oh, I'm so excited. You guys, this is almost ready to eat. I really hope it tastes delicious. Okay, so I'm gonna put this down just so that guy can chill for a second. This thing is so nice and hot. Woo! And my clams, they opened up. I love it. Okay. Now, the shrimpy shrimp goes in, and I'll do it with the juice. And I'm just gonna come and grab my salmon. It's fully cooled down, so I'm just grabbing it with my hands. Okay. Oh, so much goodness. This smells so deliciously yummy. Okay. Woo. Okay, I'm going to put the lid back on for just a few minutes to steam it all up. And this guy, we're still doing good. And when this is done, I'm going to switch them. This burner tends to do so much better. So let me kind of move my stuff over. Okay, we're going to give it just a few more moments here. Let me clean up my space a little bit. Oh, it smells so good. And so what they say for this fisherman's stew that we are making is they say that I need to first take the meat out and then put like the juice in there. So once I get it all cooked, that's kind of how I'm going to serve it and how they say to. Again, all the recipes pinned above. And then let me see, we'll get a few more things as that's steaming to cook itself. Let me get these guys ready. Actually, we'll wait because I don't want them to brown too much. I don't want my potatoes because the potatoes are going to go into the clam chowder once we're at that point. Okay, let's see. Oh yeah, we're doing good. We are doing great, actually. Okay, gotta try it though, because I mean I have a lot of meat. So I know an ad is about to come up, so I'm gonna try some of the liquid. We're gonna see how it looks. I'll wait to fully try everything till the ad's over, but I want to make sure. I want to try this and see how it tastes. Ooh. Feel like it needs some pepper. Maybe not. No, little pepper. I mean, this is seafood yumminess. Okay, I'm going to turn this off. We are fully cooked. Oh, this looks delicious. You know what? We're going to go with a big old bowl because I feel like that's needed. Okay, let's try. Okay. Big old bowl here. Ooh. This is like all shrimp. I want some of the salmon in there. There we go. And then there we go. Get some of that good old juice. Right? So they're so done. Oh my gosh, guys. I mean, this is looking great. So I just put it in a giant bowl. And I gotta say, I was like, okay, it's just like tomatoey goodness, like nothing too crazy. That red pepper we added definitely gives it the punch it needs. Let me move that over. Stir this a little bit. Okay. So I'm gonna let this cool for just a second. But oh my gosh, it looks so good. It looks so good. I don't know, Top Dog, if you want to come down to try it at all, but oh, you guys, I'm so happy. This looks amazing. Looks so good. Real cooked version, right? Oh my gosh. It smells so good. Okay, I'm gonna let that cool because that is hot. That is hot. Okay. So I'm gonna turn this off. I'm gonna move this to the side. And then move this one over here because I like that burner better. Anybody else have a favorite burner? All right. These are almost to the translucent stage. Oh, okay. I'm going to try it. I think I'm going to try it. Ad says it's over. So I am going to I want to grab one of the mussels and a little bit of the salmon and then some of the shrimp. Let's do this. See, forgot some time. That's okay. Okay. Oh. Now, I love carbs. I want this on top of a thing of spaghetti noodles. This, oh my gosh, is so good. All right, Top Dog is here, y'all.
Hello.
This is so good. So good.
I'm excited to try this one.
Okay.
Put together a good bite.
I know. It's hard, like I should have got a big spoon. I eat with little spoons. Literally, guys, like this is a normal spoon. I always eat with a little spoon.
A little baby spoon.
I use the baby spoons to eat. Okay. Oh, I love this. Like,
Yeah.
I want this, but I really do want it on top of some spaghetti. Like, isn't that so good?
Wow. That's really good.
It's so deliciously yummy.
Wow, that's really good. Yeah, you put that over some pasta,
Yeah.
some like buttered noodles.
Oh, yeah.
That's gonna be really, really good.
Yeah. I think this is so amazing. And this is like, I love it. I think this is so delicious. And I know that like tomorrow, even when it's been sitting around, and it'll be a little thicker and it'll heat up. But you can take that if you want.
I'm just gonna try a little bit more.
I will say, I could have upped the red pepper a little bit. Like I could have done a little bit more red pepper, but overall the flavor, I mean, it really tastes like kind of, I forget, I think Tanner was saying it, that this would be amazing on a thicker tomato sauce, and this is perfect for a spaghetti with like a seafood spaghetti.
Yeah, you make a seafood spaghetti, put some tomato sauce in there.
Yes, Master, that's what that is. The chipinola. I don't know. It's the fisherman stew. That's what this is. What is it?
Chiapino.
Chiapino. Okay. Yeah.
O makes more of an A now.
Oh, chinapina.
Not the first O.
Oh, chiapino.
Yeah.
Okay, chinapino. The yummy stew, guys. This is delish. Again, I would say 10 out of 10 for this. Pinned to the top is where it's from. It's from somebody's name, Once Upon a Chef. I think we've done stuff from that blog before. But yeah. So if you want, you can either take it or just move it to the side for me, because we're moving on to clam chowder here.
Well, that's what I'm really interested in.
I know, he loves clam chowder.
Oh, we should play.
Props on that beard, bro.
Thank you.
He said thank you. Seafood spaghetti, why not? You know what? We could try it. Seafood spaghetti with salmon, I don't think I'd hate on that. Honestly, all those seafoods, the shrimp, the clams, and the salmon really went well together. They didn't like fight each other, which is quite nice, because sometimes seafoods can fight each other a little bit. This didn't fight, and I like that. I really like that. I'm just getting my potatoes ready here. Because you guys, we're moving. We are on top of it. Sounds like heaven, right? You guys, I'm not kidding you. That is so good. Usually when we're done, that's when I'll like sit down and actually eat. And I'm excited to eat that. Like, it's gonna be so good. Okay, so we've got the garlic, we've got that. We're gonna stir in the thyme. I'm gonna move to stove cam, so now you guys can watch everything that's happening in the view of our clam chowder. So it was dried thyme, and they only want it until it's fragrant. And I'm at like a medium heat, so nothing too crazy. And then from here, we are gonna put in the flour, but I gotta whisk the flour. So let me go get a whisk, because I didn't have one on me. We're gonna whisk the flour and then gradually add in all of our juices and a bay leaf. Let's grab a bay leaf. I did not do that. I've never seen you test, you never taste. Yeah, so I can't eat a lot on stream. I actually have a very small stomach. I had a weight loss surgery a few years ago, and my tummy is smaller than a can of soda. So I can take like a taste and eat like a bite. And if I did that with all my stuff here, I'll be full. So that's why I don't take a whole bunch. All right, we're gonna add, let's see. I'm slowly smelling it. I wanna give it just a few more seconds. And now I'm gonna add the flour. Whisk it up really good, and I'm gonna let it brown a little bit. But I'm gonna keep whisking because I don't want it to burn. Okay, slowly add in the milk. And this is milk and stock at the same time, just so you guys know. I gotta grab my pan's moving too much. Okay, there we go. See how nice and thick that is right now, guys? That's what roux does, is it lets you do that nice thickness. And you do a little bit at the time so that you don't break your roux. Woo! Got it going everywhere. Obviously, the more liquid you add, the roux's not gonna like stick around. It's not gonna like stay that super crazy thickness. All right, and clam juice. We're gonna bring this to a boil, I believe. Is our next step. Oh, hi, Roxy. And then bay leaf. Forgot to add a little bit more butter, so we're gonna also add the butter in, which this will just melt to yumminess. Okay. So we're letting that come to a boil. Now what's interesting is we did the cup of milk, we did the cup of vegetable stocks, I did all the other things. We're gonna now move to our potatoes. So they just want me to peel and then dice. If I was letting these sit around, by the way, for a little while, you want to definitely put them in water so they don't brown. But because we're going to, literally, I'm going to cut them and stick them in there. And then we're just letting the potatoes get to a nice texture. Basically, put a knife through them, which will just take 10 to 15 minutes. And I think when we throw these in, we can throw our focaccia in. It has definitely doubled in size. So I need to cut those green onions, but we're looking good. We are looking good. All right. Get these all nice and cut up. Cutting board is a moving. There we go. Okay. Let's get these thrown in here. There we go. Get a nice flat edge. And I'll cut in half again. Cut in half. Obviously, potatoes disintegrate just a bit. This might be a little too big. Okay, that's fine. These ones are fine, but these guys are going to be a little big. Okay. And then this guy. All right. I'm going to just plop these in. You like to cook with the peels on? Oh, really? So I am not a potato person. I actually don't like them. I don't even really like French fries. So I just have never really, I don't cook a lot with potatoes. So I always wonder, like, are you supposed to keep them on? Do you feel like it tastes different? Does it do something different? I would love to know. Like, are most people peel on? I know Top Dog, he really loves potatoes. And he likes like the potato skin things and all of that. Like he likes the texture and what it does. Ooh, this is a big one. Okay. You like the skins, yeah. I think because it adds like a little crispiness. That was not a proper way to use a knife, by the way. I notice like a lot of times with potato skins, like it adds that extra texture that might have been missing. Okay, we're just gonna put these in. Ooh. Beautiful, beautiful. I mean, this is a thick soup. Soup, stew, whatever clam chowder is. A chowder. Well, it's a chowder, so that in-between space. Okay, so let's see what this recipe says to do next. So, simmer. Okay, so I'm going to drop it to a simmer, like a medium. And then from here, we stir in half and half, and then the clams, which these are the clams. So I'm going to put the clams all in one container because there's definitely enough to do that. Enough space. You don't get a lot of clam, I'll say that. Okay, so there's the clams. I'm going to stick, we got a mess going on over here. We need to clean up a little. Okay. Okay. And by clean up, I mean just move stuff. All right, so we got our clams over there, and then it wants half and half. And we garnish with the broccoli, oh my gosh, not broccoli, bacon. Wow, Becca. Bacon, and then some parsley. So let me grab my 1 cup here. I'm gonna just rinse it out a little, and I can add the half and half to that. And it said a full cup. So we'll do 1 cup, half and half. Okay. And then let's get the parsley out so I can cut some parsley. I'm not kidding you, my dog. So you guys know I put like the trash can right here. So obviously the trash can has all the smells that are taking place right now. And her head is like, is there anything for me? Anything for me? You're good. Yeah, you're good. Okay. Not gonna do a lot of parsley. Oh, and then we gotta get our bread bowl ready. Duh. bread bowl. Okay, this thing moves so much. I'm gonna cut myself trying to cut food. Okay, here we go. I'm just mincing up some parsley. Because it's going in a bread bowl, I'm not doing it super tiny. Honestly, make sure you eat the bowl, right? Best part is when it soaks all in there. So good. Okay, like I said, I couldn't find a sourdough. So unfortunately, it's not unfortunate. It's still delicious bread. I'm just doing a Italian loaf. But let me stir this. I don't want anything to get, yeah, it's sticking a little. I need to lower the temp, I think. Sorry guys, just gotta stir this lovely pot. See how it tastes. Oh, that tastes good. That tastes really good. Okay, and it's not even done yet. All right, I'm gonna grab a glass. Let's see if I can do this. Nope, I'm not shattering glass. So let me grab, where is it? Here we go, this I'll do. All right, this doesn't really have a good edge on it, but that paring knife I had. All right. I don't know where. I know I have them somewhere, like the round cookie cutters. Those work too. But let's go ahead. Take this all out. I'm kind of just pushing some of the bread to make a little wall, right? Now we'll just try some of the bread, because why not? Delicious. I don't even know what plate to put this on. I don't know if I have a plate that can fit that. I'll do a cutting board. That sounds good. Because that'll be nice. Okay. So when our soup is ready, our loveliness is ready, we're gonna put it on this. Our chowder time. Okay, gonna flip this over because we're gonna work on our next thing. Oh my gosh, I can't believe we're here. So let me check some of these potatoes. Oh yeah, no, they still definitely need a little bit of time. It said about 10 to 15 minutes. Oh, focaccia, we can put our focaccia in, I forgot. Okay, green onions. Wow, guys, I am out of it. We have to put green onions on the focaccia. How are you supposed to have a green onion focaccia if you don't put green onions on it? So we're gonna cut these suckers up, put them on, press them in, and then we're moving and grooving to apple fritters. That is not the knife I wanted. I'll use this one. Okay, here we go. And I went pretty much all the way to the white for these. So you guys can see, like, I could even go a little further if I wanted to. There we go. Okay. Woo. All right, so here's our focaccia. Nice, doubled in size. If you guys remember, I kind of had to push it out of the way. I had to make sure, I was like, we'll see how it goes. You can see, definitely doubled in size. Lots of lovely olive oil. We're taking all of this. That's what they said to do. They said you take all of the green onion, which, woo, this is a lot of green onion. And you kind of dance around with your hands a little bit. Get all those crevices. I know we're good with olive oil on here, so I don't need to add any more. If you feel like it's a little too dry, you can definitely add more. Woo, this is a green. Now, I thought we were adding garlic to this, but they didn't want garlic, so I'm not going to add it. But if I was making this myself, I always try someone's recipe and then decide what to do after for myself. I would 100% be adding minced garlic to this. But 12 to 15 minutes, 550 degrees, like the hottest my oven goes. And I'm going to first do like 10 because I'm scared. My oven is very hot, so it's going to be, we're trying 4 courses, man. We got to be eating good here. All right. Okay, now we're finally on to apple fritters. I cannot believe it. Okay, so focaccia's going. We got that going right over there. We're going to bake it till it's brown. We're good. Clam chowder we got going. Also, we're waiting for the potatoes to go. Once the potatoes are good, we can add our clams and the half and half and serve. But, I mean, they aren't even close to being ready. So, I'm good with that. And a little salt, pepper to taste, and then we'll be good. Don't, J. Ray, trust me. It is all good. Now, we get to start apple fritters, y'all. Okay, I've never made apple fritters, but I love them. So I'm gonna have to bust out the fryer. So if you don't have a fryer, that's fine. You can use a big pan like this for a fryer. There's so many things you can use to fry, saucepans, all of that. Okay, I want to see how they do it. Oh, Rufio, thank you so much. I appreciate it. I thank you for the subscription. Enjoy, no ads. And all the emotes you want to use. There you go, on the board. Thank you so much. Welcome. Woo, don't fall, little board. Okay, you came at a good time. So we ate the cioppino. Did I say it right, Top Dog? Cioppino. That's what I'm going to say. A yummy fisherman stew. We ate that. Clam chowder is on the oven right now. Focaccia bread, or on the stove. Focaccia bread's in the oven right now. And we're about to start the apple fritters to have the best day in San Francisco, aka in my Las Vegas kitchen. Why not, Roxy? No. Okay, so let's see what we're doing here. So we're gonna whisk together flour, sugar, baking powder, salt, and cinnamon. Okay, so all our dries. Then we'll make a well in the center and add milk, eggs, and applesauce. Stir to combine, fold in apples. Then we fry them. Roxy right? Oh, I put the flour in my hair. Oh, where did it go? I put it back in the thing. Here you guys go. San Francisco. We're going to have to do it at the end. I don't know how much my hair can hold this flour. I'm trying to... You guys, curly hair can hold a lot. There we go. San Francisco. The land of the hippies. The lovely flowers, the music, Haight-Ashbury, which, if you know, you know. Cioppino. Okay, thank you, Top Dog. I said it right. Cioppino. Thank you. Rox. Oh, she definitely wants apple fritters, Rufio. She's like, hello. Okay, and then I use a slotted spoon to remove. Whisk together and dunk each. Okay, so it looks like they do want us to cool them a teeny bit before we make the glaze. So we'll make all the donuts first and then the glaze. I'm so excited. I've never made an apple fritter, but I love them. Okay, let's get my fryer out. First things first, the fryer. Okay. Get this bad boy out. so we can get him moving and a grooving. Okay. Yes. All right. All right. So let me move this, and I'm doing it just with vegetable oil. So let me grab my big old thing of vegetable oil. And you guys were great. Like, I don't know who it was, but one of you suggested for the oil to go ahead and like strain it through a coffee strainer and all that to keep it, so that it's better than a one-time use, and it worked perfectly. Castro Street, of course. Yes, I have been there. For sure. Like I said, I used to seriously love going to San Francisco. It's where I'd want to go for like all my holidays and everything else. So yeah, I used to go all the time. Okay, I'm just stirring our stew or our chowder here. Let me check our, yep, nope, they're not quite done yet. I mean, some of them are, but we got just a teeny bit more time. I've got 4 minutes left on my focaccia. Harvey Milk ran a can. He did? I had no idea. Yeah, J Ray, honestly, I have some that are 22 years old and they're still this bright. I have a few tattoos that are, I mean, they're so bright. I'm very lucky that I've been able to have it be bright. Okay, I'm gonna have to put this back in my hair when it's done. People are gonna, or my hair is literally like, what are you doing? At the end, guys, I'll put the flour back. Okay, got some apples. People call him the mayor of Castro. Oh, I didn't know that. I grew up so many different places that I love those little history things because I had no idea, like, whatsoever. Okay. So they want these. Oh, they wanted them peeled. I guess I should have peeled them first. Oops. I only have one peeler. So lucky them, they get to get peeled with a potato peeler. Okay, this I'm gonna have to get water for because I'm not gonna be able to finish this in enough time. Let me grab some water and some apple cider vinegar. So if you're wondering why I'm doing that, if you notice apples, the moment you cut them open, they brown. If you do like a tablespoon of, you could do regular vinegar, you could do lemon, I'm just doing apple cider vinegar with water, it keeps it from oxidizing. So you cut it and then you throw it in the water. So that's all I'm doing. Okay, hold on 1 second. Let me get this cut. Are you asking why it's named Castro Street? Because I don't know why it's named. Is it in? Yes. It is downtown. And downtown, there's like a lot of different areas too. That's why I hate saying downtown. There's a lot of areas considered downtown in San Francisco. Okay. And then just dicing them like that. Oh, that one's, oh, okay, cool. That one's okay. Yes, thank you, G-Money. Yeah, honestly, anything that you've noticed, if you're like, when I cut it, it browns right away. I can't like cut it fast enough or work it. Oh, okay, I'll wait. But ooh, apples. Apples are I've been trying not to eat so many desserts at night. It's kind of my really bad habit that I have. So I've been eating apples with like a little bit of peanut butter every night. Oh my gosh, it's like my favorite thing to eat. It reminds me of me like being a kid. But it takes care of my sweet tooth. Okay, there we go. There we go. And it's funny because I know too, like, I'm trying to do better about eating desserts. Because I literally, like, I have a problem that I think I need to eat a dessert every single night. And so I'm like, oh, and then today I'm like, I'm making apple fritters. There's no, if these turn out good, there is no hope for me. Okay, Fakasha is telling me it's done. Let me check. Ooh, okay, maybe like one more minute. One more. Oh, that smells delish. Let's check. Oh, we are almost there with our clam chowder. Oh gosh, this is looking good. Okay, I'm going as fast as I can with these apples. But yeah, I just like laugh that I'm like, I've been eating apples. I wasn't for the long, I'm not a green apple person. I'll tell you guys that. It's too tardy for me. But I've been trying to eat apples at night to like, with peanut butter to help my dessert. I have really bad dessert cravings. And I was like, well, I'm making apple fritters now. And I was like, so I did good for like 2 days, basically. Woo. That minute went fast for the Fakasha. It's like lightly browned. I want it to be a teeny bit here. You're still here, right? I know. I got to remember that too. I am so bad, J-Ray. I'll like stop talking because I'm like, oh, everybody, you know, all that stuff. But I'm like, no, I have peeps. I got the peeps. You know what? I think I might call it. But I don't know where I'm going to put it. Okay, hold on, guys. I got to go behind you because I got to move that stew we made over so that I have room to put the Fakasha here. That's not too hot. Okay. All right, let's pull that Fakasha out. You guys ready? You guys ready? Look at this. Okay. It's gonna look so good. Oh, yes, yes, yes. Oh, nice and spongy and fluffy. Okay, I gotta add the salt right away. And this is just really chunky, coarsey, flaky salt. I love Fakasha with a good salt bite. Okay, that's probably enough. Don't oversalt it, Becca. Calm down. Don't get too excited. Let's check on our clam chowder here. Oh, are we there? Oh, I think we're there, guys. Nothing is sticking to my knife. Oh my gosh. I'm going to keep you guys in stove view. We're going to add the clams. And then the half and half. We're going to stir this sucker up. Oh my gosh. You guys see this? Okay. I'm going to try it a little bit. Oh, Top Dog is about to be very happy. I think it needs a teeny bit more pepper. And then let me add a little bit of salt. Let's get that in there and let that sit. Oh! Yes, yes, yes. I have a feeling Top Dog is going to want this. He loves clam chowder, so if he likes this, he's going to be a happy, happy guy. Oh, so much better. Okay. Now, put it in. I need like some of the liquid here. I could have made the potatoes a lot smaller. I definitely, again, I'm new to the potato game, guys. But Top Dog, if you want to come down, I got some clam chowder for you to try. Ooh. Okay. Hey, it's coming out. All right. Let me, while I let that sit. You've been doing yogurt with chocolate or peanut butter protein. Ooh, that's a good one, Rufio. Pass that through the screen, right? I'm going to finish my last apple so it doesn't brown. And then I'm going to show you guys. I'll be down a couple of minutes running to safety in a video game. It smells so, so good. Okay. Right? It looks so good. Boston, yeah, Top Dog's been to Boston. I have been to Boston, but it was only for like school stuff, like the school field trips. I want to go back though. And funny thing about me, when I was a kid, I couldn't say my R's. I'd say them like TH. So they had to work with me on it. But as a baby, like, and as a toddler, I talked like I was from Boston. And let's just say if you get me inebriated or very tired, it comes out where I cannot pronounce some of my words. And I will literally be like, mother, father, like that. I literally talk like that. You went for work? Oh, fun. That's what Top Dog went too. He went for work. Okay, so I'm going to set this aside just so we're good. Let me turn that off. Ooh, child. Okay. Then, got to put the bacon on. Put the parsley. Just a little bit. Y'all want to see this clam chowder bowl. Look at that. What do you mean messed up? Oh, this looks so good. Okay, I'm not waiting for Top Dog. Okay, but I'll get him a big spoon. Oh, okay. All right. So I'm not going to get anything with a potato because I don't like potatoes. So let's just see. You guys. Oh my gosh, that's so good. Okay, here's a piece with clam. Right? With a little bacon. They wanted me to put some bacon on top. Oh my word, is that good? That's so good. Oh my gosh, that's so good. Oh, I am so happy. I really want to keep eating. Between this and the stew we made. Oh my gosh, so good. Okay. He's literally running right now, guys.
Okay. Oh, that looks so good.
Right?
Show them.
Yes.
That looks so
They
good.
saw me spooning it.
Guys, it looks so good.
Okay.
Look at how hot it is right now, too.
It's not that hot.
Okay.
Hot?
Ugh.
Yeah.
Used to be a little thicker.
Thicker. Man, this is so thick.
No, you see this? You see this like that?
It's so thick.
Yeah, I'm used to it being a little thicker.
Well, that's probably because it sat around a little bit longer. Okay, so you need.
Yeah,
what do you
so-
think of the taste?
So the thickness, I don't check with the chunks, right?
Yeah.
Just check with this right up here. See this?
Yeah.
Like that's a little liquidy. Used to make it but taste-wise, it's fantastic. It's great. It's hot. Look at all that steam coming off.
I forgot I can eat things really hot.
I don't do very. I'll do spicy. Love spicy, but like, I don't do
Heat,
hot
temperature.
very well.
Where I do. I can literally, I'm one of the people who can like take a hot coffee straight and just like drink it.
That's really good though.
You want me to make
Love
it
the
again?
bacon.
You like the bacon?
Mhm. There's a little cheese on the top too.
You're always about that cheese. Always the cheese.
I like cheese.
Always the cheese. Well, I'm gonna cut into the focaccia so you can try some.
This is a bread.
Yeah.
In a good way or a bad way?
Ooh, I might need to let that sit a little bit longer.
I don't know if they heard me.
Oh, he meant in a good way or a bad way?
I mean, if we're talking about I got big this way, that's because of this one right here. Making food like this.
Mmm. Oh my gosh. Mmm.
It's getting hot.
Yeah.
Everything's so hot.
I should have let it cool, but I just couldn't wait. I love focaccia too much. Ow. Oh my gosh, that's so good.
Hey, that's really good.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not a bread guy, and that's really good.
You guys, it's so nice. We got such a great top and squishy, just like focaccia should be. Nice and squishy. And that salt bite at the end.
Oh, I like that.
That is delicious.
Good. Could use some cheese.
Could use some cheese. Yeah, they told me to add bacon. Is bacon not a part of clam chowder normally?
Not, well, I've actually seen it's like 50-50. No, I would say normally not. But it's not uncommon to have bacon on it, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But, yeah, having the bacon on there is really good. I do know clam chowder, too, it is common to have a little bit of cheese on the top.
It is to have cheese?
I mean, for my clam chowder, it is. I mean,
Wow.
if you're looking for, like, authentic clam chowder, then, yeah, probably don't have cheese on the top. But
Guys,
you
that
can't
was
have bacon
really
on
good.
the top either, you know?
Yeah.
So,
Well, if you want, that's yours. He's literally drumming on the bread. We gotta move to apple fritters.
I'm gonna take a bite of this, and then I'm gonna just move it out of the way for you.
Okay. I'll make it thicker next time. If you like it enough that you want me to make it on a normal day, I can. I'll just make it thicker. The last thing I added is they wanted me to add half and half, which thins it. I know I didn't make the potatoes the right size.
Look at this, chat.
I'm new to potatoes, okay? Okay?
Look at the size of these potatoes.
I'm new to potatoes.
That's all.
Are they at least cooked? Okay. Sometimes I don't cook them all the way, guys. I'm not great at potato making.
I like good with bread, bad with potatoes.
Yeah. Don't know how I do with potato bread. Thank you, dear.
All right.
Okay.
Thank you.
Focaccia turned out amazing.
Yes, this is good.
He wants me to make that regular. Those are big. You can call those fries, right? It's fries in the clam chowder. That's what we're going to say. There's always a good twist, right? A good twist. Right? Okay, we are officially on to apple fritters. Official. Okay, so we're going to get a big old bowl. This is going to get messy because they want all the dry, and then we're going to put in the wet, and then we're going to fry. Because it's a donut, and you fry your donuts. Okay. All right. Flour, that's the first thing. I have to like check myself, like where am I? Right? A potato wedge. You guys, we're good. You know what? I am new to the game of potatoes. I either make them too big or too small or do the wrong, like I'm not even good with mashed potatoes, like, because I don't eat them, so I don't know the right consistency, all of that. So I'm kind of funny when it comes to that. Okay. So 1.5 cups of all-purpose flour. Okay. And then we got to get that sugar. Sugar. That focaccia, though, 10 out of 10, by the way. And then they want a 4th cup, right, of sugar. Okay. Bam. 4th cup of sugar. Now I got to get some baking powder. So I got to go behind you guys again. Okay, baking powder. And we need 2 teaspoons of baking powder. A 1. A 2. How many licks does it take to the center of a Tootsie Pop? Okay, a 1/2 teaspoon of salt. Let's find a little halvesies. Yep, okay. 1/2 teaspoon salt. I love mash. You made, ooh, a roast beef. That's good. Licks? Yeah, J-Ray, I don't know your age. But back in the day, there was the Tootsie Pops. There was an owl as the mascot, and he would always say, a 1, a 2, a 3, and then he'd bite and ask, how many licks does it take to the center of a Tootsie Pop? I don't know. I don't know. I'm a bit deceiving. Okay, and then cinnamon. All right. Yeah, that was like, as a kid, I remember watching that little cartoon on TV. Okay, 1.5. So I'm not going to be able to get my teaspoon in there, so we'll do 2 more of these. Cinnamon. Oh, I love cinnamon. I actually had cinnamon coffee this morning, too. I remember. Nice, G-Money. Between that and the Campbell's commercials. Okay. Mix it all up. I don't have another big whisk, so I'm just going to use one of these. And we're just going to mix this all up together. And then we're going to get our wet ingredients. Mr. Owl, how many licks did you... Right, there we go, Master. I'll try to figure out, right? Exactly. You'd be like, yeah, I never got far. I was like, nah, my patience has run out. 100%, that's how it would happen. Okay. All right. We're going to get just a big old bowl to do all the liquid parts. All right. A 1/3 cup of milk. And then I need eggs too. So I'm just going to grab my eggs. That, and do y'all remember, I'm sure kids still do it today, but I don't have kids, so I don't know. Do you guys remember with like candy canes, making it to be as pointy as you could? Then you'd usually accidentally hit yourself sometimes with your point. That was big for me. Okay, 1/3 cup milk. Okay, then we got, let's see here, 2 eggs. Oh, only 2. Okay, not too bad. 2 eggs. All right, nice and easy. And then we get out the applesauce. All that sauce. Which I find that fascinating. Like, I had no idea that there was applesauce and apple fritters. I honestly thought it was like just cinnamon and nutmeg. I don't know if it is, but... Tootsie Roll, I think I'm in love with you. Whatever it is, I think I've seen become a Tootsie Roll to me. Oh my gosh. Right? Candy cane shanks. Exactly. Accidentally on purpose, right? I know. I'd be like making the candy cane as much as I could, be sharp, and then talk to somebody and be like, ah. Got a lot of applesauce. I actually love applesauce, so I'm excited to eat this. I love applesauce. I know my nieces and nephews do too, because that's what I feed them for a snack if they come over. All right. We got our mixture. I want to make sure I didn't forget anything else. Yep. Just add the milk, eggs, applesauce. Easy, 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 easy. Okay. And then they want a little divot in the center, so I'm just clearing it out. Again, this bowl is massive for how much I'm making, so that divot won't really last. But I'm just going to pour that all in, and with that same whisk, we're just going to mix it up. We making our apple fritters, which like really excites me. Oh, it's a lot thicker of a mixture. How am I supposed to fold in apples? Fold the cheese. I mean, that was fast. That was fast. Is this the cat song? Oh, the one with the meowing? Has it been meowing, guys? That was the Lifesaver candy jingle. Oh, yeah. Oh, my gosh. I forgot about their jingle. Okay, I hit next. So hopefully the cat goes away. All right. 'Tis the season for baking. That's my day every day. Okay. So we're gonna fold in these apples. So it's a very thick dough. Like you guys can see, it's like not moving. So I'm just gonna take the apples. I'm gonna stick them in. Again, I might have made them a little too big, so I'm only gonna put in a few of them. Looks like my cutting skills today, I needed to do them a little bit softer, a little smaller, but that's fine. These will be unique apple tarts, or not tarts, apple fritters. Yeah, I definitely made these too big, but that's okay. That's fine. I am okay with it. Okay, so let me get some stuff set up over here because they have to, let me get a rack real quick. We'll just do a small one because I'm gonna have to make sure when it comes out of the oil that we're good. So I wanna set up for success as much as I can here. Okay. And then, you know what, we might make the glaze because I have a feeling these aren't gonna take, they literally just want me to take it and like plop it in there. So I don't think it's gonna take that much effort. Let's make the glaze now just to be on the safe side. I feel like that's the best. Oh, jingles were the best. Like I still, every time I see Mentos, sing their dang song. And, oh my gosh, now of course it leaves my brain. The carpet guy with the rolling carpet. 1-800. Oh my gosh, everyone was 1-800. But yes, I miss jingles. Oh, the Big Red. Oh my gosh, yes. And the Double Mint. Double Mint was a really good one too. Ugh, it's because you can pay not to have commercials anymore. Okay, I'm just getting the powdered sugar behind you guys right now. And sorry if you hear my dogs barking. I think somebody, either they're into something or I don't know. So this one wants 2 cups of powdered sugar. One, oh, Empire! Oh my gosh. Yes, Rufio. Yeah, Mentos was one of the best. The other ones, now this is when I was older. Probably, I want to say my 20s maybe. the big brisk iced tea. It wasn't a jingle, but it was the claymation. And then Slim Jim. Step into a Slim Jim. Okay, let's see. A half teaspoon of vanilla extract. Let's just get this in here. That's a fourth. Here's a half. Whoops, a little more. That's fine. We deal. All right, and then this also wants some milk, but this wants a 4th cup of milk. I'm gonna grab my milk again. And let's do 4th cup of milk. And this again, this is that glaze. So we're gonna let them chill for a second and then we'll glaze them. I'm gonna use another little whisk here. Say goodbye long and make it last. I'll give your brother a pleasure with Big Red. Big Red. Oh my gosh. I don't know if I remember how, like I remember those words, but I don't remember the actual jingle of it. Oh my gosh, I love it. I think it was probably like a month ago, I got into something on YouTube that was like, oh, the old 80s commercials. And I was like, oh my gosh, yes. It's just so funny, like their taglines and stuff, like AutoZone. Get in the zone. AutoZone. Okay, we got our glaze. Nice, easy glaze. Mentos, the fresh maker. And then hold it like this, or like this. Okay, let's see how this glaze tastes. Sugary sweet, just like a glaze. Okay, so the one thing I don't have is I do not have a camera for you guys to view me over here. So remember the problem? The one problem I remember, I know an ad's gonna come up, is the guy who sits on the painted bench. Do y'all remember that? You went through a YouTube oh, I did, G-Money. I go through a lot of YouTube rabbit holes. A lot. Probably shouldn't say that out loud, but I mean, I'll get into something. I'm like the crazy one too. Like, I get weird about watching like cleaning videos or ASMR of people organizing stuff. And seriously, it'll be on for like 2 hours. Okay. I'm gonna try to plop some of our dough in real quick. I want to use, you know what, I'm gonna use like a 4th cup. Is that what I want to use? Yeah. I don't know how well. Actually, let me put just a teeny bit in first just to see, is the oil ready for me? Yes, it definitely is. Okay. Apple fritters. It's so sticky. I definitely made the apples way too big. I can tell you guys that right now. But that's okay. We deal. I'm on YouTube for a 3-minute video. That's right. 100%. Isn't that the way though? That's how they get you. And then I'm like, cool, I went through my rabbit hole, right? I go through my rabbit hole and then I'm done. And for the next 2 years, it's the only thing that's on my channel. Because it thinks I love them that much. You gotta what? Right? Exactly, Jedi. Okay. I'm gonna let these be for obviously a little bit because we want to make sure these fry up right. And then I have over here a little grate, so I'll be taking them out. But when they're ready to be glazed, we'll bring it back here for everybody. Oh, an ad. Okay. For everybody else who's here, thank you guys so much. I hope you guys are having fun. I hope you all don't have a crazy week this week. because I'm not ready for it. Well, these apple fritters will make it better. Like, I'm excited to eat one of these, hopefully, if they turn out good. I'm excited to eat one with, like, my coffee tomorrow. Okay, let's flip you. I think I need to get more oil for this. Because there's definitely, I don't think, enough oil. But I think we're good. Okay. I mean, this smells delicious. It's smelling like a churro up in here. So I can't be upset with that. Okay. Let me put another one in. Just plop you in there. I will say the dough is super, super sticky. So I think the next time I might need to put it in like a pastry bag. Well, I can't with the apples. I don't know. I got to figure out a way that I can, it's just hard. When you are putting it in, it wants to stick and then it starts frying right away. I don't know, guys. I'll work on my donut game. Okay, let's see here. I just took a little bit, right? Yeah, Top Dog's famous for that. He's been like, yeah, I went to go watch something and now it's the sun's coming up. I agree, Jedi. Pinterest? Oh, I will sit there and just scroll and all of a sudden I'm looking at my house or I'm looking at something and going, we're going to knock that wall down. I'm going to do this. I'm going to bake this. I have a new hobby. Ooh, Rubio, that's smart. Thank you. I didn't even think about that. That is a great suggestion. Okay. I think my thing is way too big for my, I need to get a different guy in here for scooping up my dough. Oh yes. Oh yes. Oh yes. These are big fritters. There you go. Now I can really sound Southern, guys. We got some big fritters here. Oop, I'm just going to deep fry an apple real quick. Okay, this is going to go away now. And I am literally going to plop in from my spoon. There you go. Okay, this one is going to have no apple. Because I'm out of apples. Okay, there we go. These are big. I didn't make them small. I made them San Francisco big. Like, look at this. Oh, this guy might need to go back in for a teeny bit of time. Look at these fritters. Oh my gosh, that looks so good. Looks so good. Yeah, let's see here. I would love to have like a brunch. I think I need to have a brunch soon. And I would love to make all different kinds of donuts and all different kind of icings, and you can like dip your donuts. Like, I think that would be so fun. Because you could make different flavors of like icings and all of that. Okay. Let me bring some of the fritters over. I'm not kidding you guys when I said, oh yeah, this guy definitely, he needs to cook a little bit more. He was spewing out some stuff. A dippin' dough. Oh my gosh, yes. Dippin' dough. How fun would that be though? To have like blueberry icing, a maple icing. You could literally take different donuts and make like, do a donut holes and stuff. And like literally mix and match. And I know some people love like bacon on their donuts. You could have like different things. I'm a donut lover, so to me, this is like crack to do this. Okay, come on. Flip. Flip, buddy, flip. All right. I think he's gonna be good. A Dippin' Dough. Ah, right? Fondo. Oh my gosh. Rufio, those are like amazing, right? Top Dog's definitely gonna have to be Homer Simpson. Okay. Here we go. Oh! Oh my gosh, I love these. I love them. I don't know how donut shops make them so perfectly shaped, but because theirs are usually shaped flat with little like bumps all over them. I think it's because of obviously my giant apples, but I'm okay. I'm okay with it. As long as they're cooked, I'm fine. Like, yeah, okay. Got one more left. And then it's time to ice the fritters. Instead of Thriller, fritters, fritter night. Sorry guys, I won't sing anymore. I'm tone deaf, by the way, so to me I sound fine. Okay, let's see here. We'll get another cutting board. Okay, so these are pretty cool. These aren't too bad. So I'm literally gonna just dip and I'm twisting them. And then whoop. Okay. Dip and twist. Make sure I get all the goodness of a donut. This is a pretty thick glaze, by the way. It is drying, like it'll dry itself clear, but let me grab the last fritter in here. All right, and now I can turn you off so that way the oil can start cooling down. I can turn my thing to low. Okay, let's see. Do I have a, oh, here we go. This is a small little guy. He looks like a little chicken wing. Look at that. Doesn't he look, or a chicken thigh. He looks like a little chicken thigh. Okay. Just get him in there. All right. Oh my gosh. Okay. Here we go. Apple fritters. Look at those donuts. Donuts are my serious kryptonite. It's like my favorite thing in the world. Oh, look at that beauty. Guys, look at this. The squishy donuts with the apples. Oh, I'm in heaven. Mmm. 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 This is so good. I want to cry. This is so deliciously good. Right? Here you guys go. Take one. Take one. Oh my gosh. I'm going to show you another side of it. Like, look at that. It's so squishy and nice. The cinnamon is perfect. I kind of don't want Top Dog to try one. He's not a big apple guy, so he probably wouldn't like it anyways. But oh, these are so good. Mmm. Oh, I'm making these again. I now am going to try making these with different fruits. Like a blueberry, boysenberry. Like, I'm just going to go crazy with fritters. Mmm. These are actually amazing. I cannot believe it. These are so good. So, so good. Okay. Oh my gosh, we finished it. I cannot believe it. Okay, we did focaccia bread, which, by the way, again, everything that I made is pinned to chat. It's from different blogs. I do have my own blog, beccawithflour.com, that is finally getting updated weekly. I had to get it live, get everything going, but it's finally getting updated weekly with different meals, all of that. But we did it. We got focaccia bread, clam chowder. Oh, Lord, here we go. See, I'm forgetting how to say it again. Hold on. Fisherman stew, which is pronounced, hold on, I'm going up to where Top Dog had to help me. Let's see, can I find it? Can I find it in the chat? Cioppino. There we go. If I say it like I'm an Italian, it's gonna sound right. Cioppino and apple fritters. Y'all, San Francisco in the house. Seriously, these taste as good as I remember them being in San Francisco. I'm actually super, I'm gonna die like eating these. I'm like looking at everything else and I'm like, okay, I need to eat a little protein and no, I'm probably just gonna eat apple fritters the rest of the day. But I cannot believe it. We did focaccia bread, which, can I grab it? Yeah. Look at this bread. Oh, you guys, it's divine. And it is so, now that it's kind of cooled itself, I can kind of pull it out a little bit better. It is so nice and squishy and spongy. It's what you want with your focaccia. It's got a great crisp from the olive oil all around it, and then that squishy, spongy yumminess on the inside. Honestly, I thought just green onions. I was like, oh, it's gonna taste good. It actually tastes amazing. And I'm sitting here going, I would love to make a bread, focaccia bread like this, that has maybe green onions, some other type of onions, and do a design, add a little bit of garlic. Like, it was really good, especially with the salt on top. I get a crunch of that salt afterwards, and amazing. Then we made the clam chowder, which we put in that bread bowl, and so good. I am not a clam chowder person because of the potatoes, so I have to work on my potato skills, but overall, that was amazing. Top Dog said it was a little watery. To me, it was so thick, but maybe next time I make it, I'll try, instead of the full cup of half and half, maybe I'll do only a half of that or not at all. I'll see maybe what we can do to increase that because he wants it, so I got to get better at making that. Then we had the cioppino, and that was that fisherman stew with the mussels, the shrimp, the salmon. I cannot wait to dive into that. That was, other than the donuts, because I'm a sweet tooth person, that stew, I would say, if anything on here, that was amazing. And I loved it because they give you a few options for different fish. I loved it with the salmon. I thought everything complemented so well. And I really want to thicken the sauce up next time to put it on top of spaghetti. I think that would be so delicious to make now a spaghetti with the sauce being more of the fish brand. So I'm excited for that. And obviously, y'all know, I seriously cannot wait to just dive in and eat these apple fritters. They are so incredibly good. And so much for being better at eating no dessert, because now I'm going to. These are like too delicious for me. I love apple fritters, and now that I know how to make them at home, I'm probably in trouble. My only saving grace is this is a pain to clean, so I'd have to oil up something else. So that might be the only thing that saves me. But now I know if I want an apple fritter, I can make one, which makes me super happy. But oh my gosh, we did it! We did it! San Francisco! We got it down. So I know we talked about already, let's see, June 2nd, right? Is that the Queen's coronation? What up, Rage Quit? Okay, so that is not until next week. So we still got to pick next week. We still got to pick next week before we raid, which, by the way, thank you, Rufio. Because I always gotta remind myself to raid. So let me do this. I want to open up And if you guys have a suggestion of who to raid, and if you see somebody else online that I haven't raided before, I would love to. I love being able to share the loves. So let's pick our theme though. We got to pick our theme. So I'm just kind of getting everything set up. So theme time. What are we going to do next week? So the week after, we're doing Queen's Coronation. But next week, our 4-course meal will be, okay, I have it right here. All right. Oh my gosh. I don't know if I can do this. This is going to be a 3rd week of seafood. We've got Red Lobster, as in the restaurant. Oh, I don't know if I can do another week of straight seafood. Okay, I'm going to try. Obviously, we're making cheesy biscuits. I'm making the cheesy biscuits. I'll figure out. We tried making a lobster bisque and it didn't go great, so maybe we'll try again with a different recipe to make a lobster bisque, or a different thing. Obviously, we gotta do crab legs. Top Dog, of course, is like, yeah, crab legs. Like, I'll make garlic butter and crab legs. Maybe a few sides. I don't know. I'm gonna have to figure it out. We're doing another week of seafood, guys. Oh my gosh. I'm not doing seafood the next week. Well, watch. Guys, watch. The coronation, it's like the queen. Her favorite thing was seafood, probably. Like chicken and seafood. What am I supposed to do? What am I supposed to do? You want to see a puppy? Of course you can. Let me get the one I didn't show today. But let me, really quickly, I'm going to go to food and drink. If you guys want, if you guys have somebody, put their name in chat while I go grab a puppy. I was going to grab Roxy. You're okay, Stella. I'm not grabbing you. Come here, Rox. Come here. The people want to see you. Yes, you're so good. This is my other Frenchie. No, she is not a Boston. She just looks like one. She's 100% Frenchie. She is the little runt. Oh, I didn't see it. I am so sorry, Rufio. But this is Roxy. She's 23 pounds, and she is actually a runt of a Frenchie litter. She is my shadow. So the whole time when I'm talking and I'm like, sorry, it's because she's down by my feet. But yeah, this is the little Roxy's. Okay, thank you, good girl. You're so good. Yeah. And she's my shedder. The other one like doesn't shed. Yeah, I'm so sorry. If I didn't see anybody else's stuff, my apologies. I am really sorry. But I mean, we have done it, guys. I cannot believe it. And I know I say this every time, and I truly mean it. If you stay for a raid, it is truly wonderful. It, on the other side of the camera, feels great and feels appreciated. We talked about it kind of earlier in the stream today. Like, life is getting really hard for so many people. And so the fact that you all are here with me, it really does mean the world to me. And I really hope that you feel appreciated, because I really do. I appreciate you so much for being here. And even today, I almost canceled because I feel so burnt out. But I was like, no, I love it. And I'm sitting here and I'm like, do I have anything else I can cook? Because I have so much fun. And it reminds me why I love doing this and why I love you all as my community, because it's the relief that I need. And I just appreciate that from you all, because that's what you guys give to me. So I truly, truly appreciate it. We are going to do more seafood next week. Oh my gosh. Oh, okay, Top Dog, you better put in the budget some money for me if we're going to do crab legs. But no, I truly love being here with you guys and having you all as my friends and being here and chatting. You don't understand what it does mean for me, and it really truly is the world. So I thank you all so much. We're going to raid somebody right now, because I always forget to, and if you can stay around even for 10 seconds into somebody's raid, it really does mean a lot. I see somebody named Chef JT. Don't know who he is. I say we raid him. I say we have a little fun. Who's up for it? Let's spam him like crazy. And let's see, I want to rate a channel. Chef, is it J-Tay or Tay-J? Chef J-Tay. I say we rate him, guys. Please give it up. Give it up for him. Let's blow it up. I absolutely love you guys. Please have a good week. If you ever have anything you guys want to bring up, find me on Instagram, anything like that. Also, I have my website, beccawithflower.com. But, love you all so much. I'm going to eat these apple fritters now while we raid. So let's do it. Again, appreciate if you guys can stick around and blow up his channel. Bye.